hear myself. Oh yeah, boys. All right, take this away. We're about to double hear me. Let's turn that down. Let's send out some bugs. Boys been busy in the bugs. We got a lot to talk about, boys. We got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to talk about. AI is moving so fast. Day 28, Tuesday will be day 30, 1 month of vibe coding every single day. And we're building up a big community. I'm super excited about it. Very busy in the community. Making the feed better, making the videos better. Let's turn the music down. Let's get into it. We're back in the boardroom. Times Square right behind me. Looking down, there's tons of people walking around. Just, let's bring the camera up. Look at that. Times Square right in the background. That's what I'm looking at right now, boys. Let's set that right back down. Let's see how many bunch of little ants out there just consuming. I need more. I don't have enough. Oh, it's a sick background. You want a little tour of this? So Times Square is right there. The boardroom, nice big boardroom. It actually looks so much bigger in person. Oh yeah, by the way, this whiteboard right here is gonna be utilized when I go live to the members. We don't have any members, so if you want to actually be the first person to be a member, no, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go live on the whiteboard in the members area on YouTube, download the video, then upload it into the iCharles community. So belong to one of them. That is my bread and butter. That's where I live. I live on the whiteboard. I live just piecing together all these micro things into macro ideas. We got a lot of bugs, working a lot of bugs, but we did have a lot going on. Welcome to the community. We don't need that in a new, here we go. Let's open this up. So guess what we did? Aaron, day 28, let's go. We put in a couple of things. I heard it from, I don't know if this is a thing. I forgot his, here we go. Why is this a thing? He said, listen, I want to be able to put some memes in the thing, in the chat. I said, all right, I got you. Let's do this. It might still be buggy, I don't know. But I said, let's do it. I should be able to maybe put in just a meme. Let's zoom out. Happy Friday. Let's go. Let's get after it. So now we can reply, we can be fun. We can make America fun again. Oh my gosh, Mark, you can't start with that. Oh yeah, by the way, Mark, good news for you. I went into Cloudflare, and good news to everybody. Everyone's banging me about the new security. Oh, I'm sorry. Was my $2,000 Mac Studio in 28 days? Actually, no, it was 28 days since I started vibe coding, but this is like a 2-month project. 2 months, $2,000. I'm sorry I went a little overkill on the IP banning and everything else. All right, go to my crash out. You can see it live. Day whatever, 26. Crash out the last couple of moments. So we added in that. We got a little Happy Friday dance. Oh yeah, get after it. And then we added in this. So when people put in links that are to approved sources, social media sites, Reddit, it's going to expand. And now you can play it in the feed. Just a little bit, boys. Just a little bit. Mark coming in with the scissor lifting. Oh my gosh, bro. Oh, and then an 18-year-old. Here we go. Now we're putting in some news. By the way, I'll talk about the news for a second. Jensen Huang goes viral. Okay, so this was the processing monitor, the pivot pipeline. By the way, I understand the video is a little janky. I shot a 30-minute video, 31-minute to be exact, yesterday. The whole process was not set up for a 30-minute process. It was set up, let me turn this down, it's blasting in my ears right now. The whole process of me shooting the pivot, and yesterday I just spitballed. I just went banana hammocks. I was talking about everything. Oh, this is the wrong one. This is the old one. This is the old one. This was me fixing the video. It was fixing the new trend, which is to pull in my live streams. And now we have a new place on the website called Vibe Coding. So it's official now. It's official now. You go to iCharles.com, we now have a new area called Vibe Coding. Hey, look at this freak. What is he doing? What is he doing? So we go here, and then you can talk about the article, what am I doing? It is AEO friendly, answer engine optimized. That's what it is. It's learning, it's understanding, okay, what's next? Now we're starting to build the database. Now we're starting to get pulled in by AI, hopefully, Perplexity. Huge Perplexity fan, huge slightly sour could be me. Yeah, no, it is. Do you mean the iCharles? The iCharles has, I think, lazy load, but the community is regular. So right here comes in, if you struggle with AI slop. So I replied, the boys are going at it in the community. Boys are getting at it in the community. Where is the thing that I just, we'll stop that. You're away, you're away. There we go, there we go. Awaiting Charles' decision. Refusal posted with the supporting DB evidence starting by no code. Okay, no work tree spun up. Tell me A, B, or C. All right, well, that is a VPN that needs a little bit more time, so we'll drag you down, and then we'll minimize you, and then we'll open up a new window, and we'll attack some more bugs. Mobile pass, I understand. The mobile is terrible. Put a weird GIF. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We also have to do this. So the tagging system, that's new. Love it. It's working. We got a hashtag system that we put in this week right here. Obviously, let's keep it normal, okay? Like one. I don't think one needs to be a hashtag. The actual font size, I just noticed right now, very interesting, very interesting. Also the replies, very interesting, very interesting. Let's get this a little bit smaller. So he said, if you are struggling with AI code slop, I found this. So it's called Simplifier. Oh, I thought it was Simplify. And then he added this in. Goku added in skills. So that's good. I have Impeccable downloaded, and they have something called Simplify. So I wonder if that's going to hit each other in the head. Uh-oh, we got 3 new posts. Look at that little feature right there, boys and girls. That's how it's done. Don't check the feed. Well, you know what we got to do? We got to check the news as well. We got a lot going on with the China summit, and they have a dumb video going viral about Jensen Huang eating noodles, okay? I'm telling you, the society's cooked.
Oh my gosh, this guy from NVIDIA, he was eating noodles in China and on the street. It was a Michelin star restaurant. And
dude, distractions. Just give them bread and circus. Bread and circus. Bread and circus. You know what the story about that is? That the market went down because nothing happened, okay?
oh my gosh, Jensen Huang was eating some noodles on the street at a really expensive restaurant.
Okay, let's go. 7 bugs and 1 fix. All right, the font size in the replies is larger than the actual post. I want you to have the posts to be the same size as the reply size. All right, so that, I also noticed something else here in the reply. What else did I notice? I noticed something else. Looks good so far. Heart this. I could heart my own. Okay, that's what it was. That's what it was. We can't heart it. We can't hard it. The replies are different. Ooh, that's a build right there. Ooh, that smells, that reeks right now. That reeks. Here we go. We got Jay Stanton coming in with some Tony Robbins. 1% every day. 1% every day. Oh, I'm the one that actually put the hashtag 1 when I was testing it. Oh boy, yeah, that's when oh yeah, do we have a new feature? To the firmament we go! To the firmament we go. Yeah, the replies are not like the, oh boy, that's a build. That's a build. That's a build, boys and girls. We gotta look after this news, by the way. I am the guy that's gonna take you, I'm gonna wrap your head around what, this is the news, and you're right here. We gotta go around the news, and then here is what the news is telling you. It's not about Jensen, and it's not about the market. The people who actually sway the market is not you and I, okay? It is the pension funds, it's the guys who are at the PE firms, it's the guys who are down here on Wall Street, the Goldman, the JP Morgan is just up over there. They just put in a huge place on Park Avenue. Look up the new headquarters of JP Morgan Chase in Manhattan. It's a chef's kiss to any banker who goes into that building. That thing is they put some dough into there. They clearly are not asking for any money from their shareholders. We'll just say that. Okay, before I start on my rant, I got to put this in here and then we'll go over what this actually means for us. What I'm saying is, if the market moves, someone knows something about the market that you and I do not know, okay? And I'm not even talking about Nancy Pelosi. I'm talking about BlackRock, Vanguard, the big guys at the top. If the market moves, they know something from the CEOs in what happened in China. Something it will never come to pass what happened in China, okay? You don't fly the top, out of the 50 top CEOs, you had probably 8 of them, okay? They flew to China with Trump, Elon on Air Force One, and then the summit ends, and then the market goes down. Something happened over there. China is not, it was, Boeing, they sold 500 planes, which is stupid. They sent the Dreamliner, the MAX. Oh, okay, so then they could just reverse engineer it and then sell it to the world like you were just doing to Europe. I know they have Airbus in Europe, but Boeing is one of 2 manufacturers in the world, okay? Let's call a spade a spade. No, it's chill. Jensen eating noodles making me crack up. I haven't seen the video, but that's a perfect way. Okay, we might have a build on our hands because in the replies, there is a up and down thumb instead of how it is in a post, which is a love, repost, and GIF icons. We need to research why this is. Again, we have a unified posting system throughout the entire build. So don't do anything, we're in planning mode. We need to research why there is a up and down icon. And then when you press the 3 horizontal buttons, there's a heart. So clearly we have a mismatch. I want to go to the universal posting system, which is the posting, the original post, and not the reply interface. We're not doing anything right now, we're just researching. And also you have to understand that the universal posting system is in the spaces area, in the hashtag area, and on individual members' profiles, along with obviously the main feed, which is the iCharles community. All right, well, we'll send that out. Let's go to the news real quick. Let's bring this up, all right? So, let me tell you something, all right? This is the future right here. This happened to Siri. No, this happened to AWS. Was it AWS or was it Apple? Who owns, where was it? What is Amazon's AI? No, it was Siri. Earlier this year, they did the exact same thing. I was at to dinner with someone. It was a networking event, and they literally, their manager to the entire database, coding, architect, whatever, all the coders said, I would like you to detail what you do every single day. Meta is now literally every keyboard stroke, every mouse click, screenshotting, your mouse movement, everything is being recorded right now. They are literally they're just laying off people after understanding what they're doing. I guarantee this is $1 billion idea right here. There's going to be a company, take this idea, because I'm not going to do it. A company that goes to enterprises and says, you employ us, we'll track all of your employees' clicks on their computer, and we'll save you time, we'll save you money, we'll tell you who's actually doing work, who's not doing work, and also we're going to have a sliding scale. A sliding scale. This person's doing serious work, keep this person's doing nothing, we can automate it. I'm telling you right now. And we get a percentage of that person's salary of whoever you let go, and then we automate that person. That's $1 trillion idea right there. This is exactly what's happening. Exactly what's happening. They rebuilt the game and then laid off the entire team. This is, the funny thing is though, this isn't even a big deal because we're gonna have people that are competing at Amazon's level in 6 months creating better games because gamers know games better than programmers most of the time. Like, if I'm playing Resident Evil back in the day, in whatever, 2000, on PlayStation 1 or 2, I forgot which one I was, PlayStation 1, when people were normal and they laughed and they had fun, okay? When they didn't know that the world is run by a bunch of wackadoodles. And I'm playing and I'm like jamming out and I'm like, oh, that's a bad UI or that's a bad UX. And I'm like, oh, it'd be more fun if we did this. Imagine I was playing a game today and I was like, why don't I just code my own? Because I am a gamer, I know games, why don't I just do it? Same thing what I'm doing right now. I know CRMs. Salesforce knows CRMs, but they're not like the cleaners, the restaurant, the real estate agent, the real estate broker, the banker, the attorney that's using it. Imagine the attorney can now build their own CRM. That's where we're at. That's where we're at. So Amazon thinks they're all slick and they're like, rebuild this, bye-bye. Oh, that's great. That's great PR for you, Amazon. Excellent PR for you. Now, how about all the games right now are wild because of NVIDIA, okay? By the way, dumb idea, Microsoft, dumb idea. You think that Copilot is gonna be anywhere near Claude Code? I understand they're all trying to go to their own chips and everything else. I'm a nobody in New York City. I'm a nobody. But I'm gonna tell you right now, after being with local models, the closed source models are so much better. Like, Microsoft is so dumb to be doing this. Unless they know something I don't. But I was listening to Moonshots. The only two firms right now that have a lot of cash and are really trying to compete is Elon and Google. Google they're playing the long game. They've always played the long game. That's the difference. That's the difference. So in that rant, what I'm saying is Anthropic, why? Because there's another news source that no edits. Okay, so here we go. We gotta get this under wraps. We might have a little challenges going on in the posting system for today. We gotta make sure the post and the replies are exactly the same, okay? Research. All right, there are two different separate systems. Bada bang, bada bang. We don't have a unified system. We gotta get a unified system. By the way, there are so many people on the confession line, I couldn't even go. It's like an hour and a half confession. Why is everyone online in front of me? I went towards the end. I thought it would be done. I could just walk in. Hey, you doing? I blew my gasket this week. Sorry, Father. And then I'm out. But there was 10, 15 people in front of me. I know it's a very holy church, but sheesh Louise. Everyone's going in there. Everyone. Oh my gosh. All right. So there's two font size. Yes, that's easy. That's easy. Icon mismatch. Is a post rendering actually universal? Yes, but only for posts. Feed spaces, hashtag paid, and all call. Okay, good. Root cause, hypothesis. We don't want a hypothesis. We want the actual root cause. Two systems evolved independently, the original posting system, okay, and a newer entity. Look at these big words. May 7th, what, 8 days ago? That brought YouTube style. They were never reconciled is why the threads, okay. Unify by collapsing replies into the post grammar. Clean but discards, that doesn't matter. Unify by lifting reply grammar into post. Okay. The replies must be exactly like the post, and that has to be universal. In other words, across all of the areas you mentioned above. The profile, the hashtag, the spaces, the main feed. In other words, there has to be a unified posting and reply that mimic each other with the love, repost, and GIF. And obviously the right icons where people can bookmark, and then the 3 horizontal buttons where they can edit, delete, etc. Before you go and start coding, I want you to research, come up with a plan, then say, ready for the plan, that's it. I don't want you to give me the plan, just say ready for the plan, and I'm gonna say go, and then you're gonna do the hardest things possible, and I don't care if you discard 8 days of dislike data. Sorry, boys. If your dislike data goes away, it goes away. All right. So much sinning, I know. There's gonna be classes in the middle school that teach how to use LLMs. I freaking hope so. I freaking hope so, dude. I'll tell you that, Entropy. I'll tell you that. You know why I tell you that? You know why I look at that? The word you're looking for is component. A component is a reusable. Okay, thank you. LM will note. He's just vibe coding, brah. It's not bro, it's brah. Brah. B-R-U-H. That's how we say it. Bro. Bro. Actually, some guy gave me a pound yesterday. I was like, are we pounding still? It's like a handshake. We gotta up our class here. We're not doing, hey, yo, what's going on, brah? No, handshake. Hey, you doing, brah? Is this Masonic? Am I doing it right? Okay, Charles. All right, it's not COVID. Not everyone's going down rabbit holes. All right. This was fix the users. Yes, this I noticed as well, was not live. The users were not live. This thing on the upper right. Oh, I like that. Jace. Tell us a little Tony Robbins, eh? We gotta strive. You know, it's a great book. This is a great book. Oh, okay. Oh no, because I haven't posted anything. It is by, who is it by? It's The Compound Effect. That's by Dan Hardy. Dan Hardy? I think it's Dan Hardy. The Compound Effect. And there's also someone else that was really good. It explained the compound effect. And this is why humans are where humans are, because they expect immediate results. That is impossible. Listen, this area will always be filled. Will always be filled. If it's not filled, we stopped. We stopped thriving. We stopped going to the gym. Okay? Uh-oh. Man, this thing got elevated to number 4. I was working on the videos. And I was working on the videos this morning. So I shot a 31-minute video. I went on a rampage. I was like old Charles. I just went on a rampage. This boy right here, he went on a rampage. And see how it paused? See this at the bottom? It's 000, then it loads in. So it loads in the right video, but I don't think what was that? Yeah, I was trying to fix an old video and I don't think, let's see, did that? So it renders, yeah, there's like a pause. This might be the old, I think what I want to do. 7 days into Vibe. what I want to do, I don't care that it just played. I need this to be rendering 31-minute rants when I just go absolutely ham on everything. Oh yeah, you want me to change up the thing for a second? I'm on the boob tube. I'm on the YouTube. And YouTube says, hey, listen, there's another vibe coder out there. I was like, oh, cool. He looks, a handsome fella, full head of hair, vibe coding to X amount of dollars. I go to the YouTube. Let's turn this music down for a second. Let's turn it off for me too. I go there. This fella right here. Is it on mute? I hope I don't get hit with anything. Is it even on? It's not playing. All right. Let's pause mine. Look at the background. Well, we'll just put it on there. Look at the background. Okay. Look at the back. Look at that. Okay. Ready for mine? Bro. You taking my game. And then he's got the push-ups. My boy's got the push-ups. He's just ripping. He's ripping, Max. You're ripping, my bro. He's got 1,500 views, though. Good for him. Way more than me. Thirsty Thursday? What the heck was that? Humble Life Skills. We got to take it easy there, Humble Life Skills. Oh, man. Good for him. Listen, he's making $27,000. I'm not. Good for him. Haters will hate. Haters will hate. You did take my music, though. This is mine. I've been playing it. The reason being is I had to ask the guy if I could play it. Okay? So I asked him. He said, sure. Yeah. And then YouTube bings me with a freaking, well, it wasn't YouTube. It was AI YouTube. Binged me. But listen, I guess he's better. He rips the guy on the push-ups. He's talking about it, and then he takes the music from me, and he's taking the best of both worlds. He's putting it together. He's making $27,000. Good for him. He was making a clipping product, though. I don't think that's sustainable. I hope it is. I wish him the best. I don't think clipping is sustainable because it provides value, but a community is the ultimate value. That's the ultimate value. That's like, I come back every day because my boy Charles Botenson is going to be doing whiteboard Fridays. Okay, so they're trying to, here's the Jensen. Where's the Jensen? By the way, this is crazy. Some dude just got billed $30K. Maybe he needs to start vibe coding. Here we go. This is how they distract you. Let me just, in one word, this is how they do it. There's 3 tiers. You have the Jensens, who are at the top of the tier. Those are the BlackRocks, the Vanguards, the Jensens, the Metas, the Nvidias, Oracles, Larry Ellison, Zuck, the Elons, all those guys. They're all at the top. Everyone in the federal government, all at the top. Okay, they play a different ball game than we do. Okay, they don't care about us. Just let's be real. Jensen doesn't care about me. If you go to MIT, they don't care about me. Harvard, they don't care about us. Okay, this is what they do. They say, oh, it went viral on social media. Okay, I look at this and I'm like, oh, this is a distraction. What are they trying to distract us from? What are they trying to say happened in Beijing that they are trying to make light of it? How are they trying to entertain us? What is the circus going on? Well, then I go over and I see this. It closed, but it ends without anything. And the futures, which is what happens today, slide. And Monday. The futures slide. These guys all playing a different ballgame. If they know something and the future slide, something happened that did not go to what the CEOs and the 15 people who went with Trump. Something happened there, okay? That's how you interpret the news. You go, oh, something happened. This is what I mean on Whiteboard Fridays, might call it White Boy Fridays. Whiteboard Fridays is what I'm gonna be talking about is exactly this. How do you look at These are micro things, but there's a macro thing that goes over everything. The micro, okay, Jensen's over here, future slide, they're all coding, Meta's following every employee. Okay, you're following every employee because maybe this is happening. That's the macro. That's the macro that's happening. That's, when I can riff, that's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. And I'm gonna be doing that. Boy steals my music. Steals my music. All right, what are we saying? Oh, you never got the magic link. Okay, I just submitted again. I watched it, liked it. Thought you sounded great. Oh, thank you, fascinating. I think the Gen Z term is mogged. What does mogged mean? Mogged? Bro unlocked the cheat codes. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. He's got a big full set of hair. He's doing the burpees. He's doing my music. He's building clippers. Actually, Bridgemind said that as well. He didn't go live yesterday. Maybe the boys, he got too sick. All right, ready for the plan? No, we're ready to execute. We plan and then execute, brah. Okay, so you did an bashing. Tell me what mogging means. So I went viral on Your Mom's House. It's a podcast by Christina and Tom Segura I sent a girl in like 14 years ago, a video message on asking her out. It was really corny, to say the least. It's out there. I'm not, obviously, because it's on their show. And I got bashed for days. Just DMs, emails, everything. Like, loser, I can't believe it, blah, blah. And then I went back on and I was like, yeah, I was a loser then, because I don't know how to text. I know how to flirt in person, I don't know how to flirt in text. Like, if you could flirt in text and then you're a loser in person, the girl's disappointed. But if you don't know what you're doing and then, it's the low expectations and then you meet and exceed her expectations. So I was like, listen, I don't know how to text, but I know how to make videos. I had to for real estate. And some guy called me an incel. I was like, what the heck is that? So I had to look it up, and it was involuntarily celibate. And I was like, okay, those are two big words. What do those even mean? So I went into it, and like Tommy Scheuer 555, from Ohio was calling me that. I was like, okay, buddy. You got me. You got me, dude. Totally got me. Totally got me. All right. So the plan looks good and you're ready to execute. Say yes or no. Incel. Incel, bro. You're an incel. You watch those bro podcasts and you're a total incel. All right, buddy. Take it easy. Okay, so this was the user count. We will trust, because I was working on that yesterday. I also saw that. The plan looks good, ready to execute. Execute! Tell me what mogged means. Please tell me what that means. Do the nerd noodle voice.
Hi, listen, fellas, I was here yesterday, and, Are we gonna go to the club today and just like talk to girls today? Or are we gonna Sarah, I think, really likes me. I don't know, I'm just getting the vibes that she really likes me. I think I'm gonna ask her out to tea. Hey, we all start somewhere. Listen, I was a loser too. I probably still am, I don't know. Who cares? Execute. Can we have fun? Can we have fun again? I look on the train today. So Penn Station is complete. There was a fire somewhere. They shut down Penn Station. FDNY was everywhere. Amtrak, like New York City was in total. When something cuts down transportation, New York City shuts down, and people freak out. It's like, I can't get back to Long Island. I can't get back to New Jersey. So I'm like, just go to Grand Central.
we have multiple hubs, okay? We don't just have one airport. If it stinks at JFK, then go to LaGuardia. If it stinks at both of them, then go to Newark. Like, this is a major city, all right? It's the greatest city.
Now you're Mondami. What do you think of Mondami?
Oh gosh, you still talking about politics? You really still think politics matter? You still think politics matter? This is what people care about, okay? Except for the nerds who sit on X and just fight each other through texts. This, my friends, that's the news of the day. That's the news of the week. That's the news of the week. That's the news of the week. Okay? This is why Perplexity is the best news source, because it brings it in from Bloomberg. I don't go to Bloomberg. I would never have gone to Bloomberg. Though it plays on in the gym, I just go, what are they trying to get me to do, buy, think? What are they trying to do? Why is this important? This is the biggest thing right here. They said it on the moonshots that the only two companies in the future that are really, really going to be competing against each other is going to be Google and SpaceX. I was like, that's interesting. And the reason being is that Google they're already vertically integrated. So vertically integrated means they don't need anyone else. They've got the servers, they got the models, they got the compute, and they got the cache. SpaceX is nowhere near there. That's why they probably bought Cursor, and they're vertically integrating everything. They own the servers, they can launch if they want, they can, and then just need the model. They just need the model. And personally, I think you can buy the model, but look at this. OpenAI is trying to buy themselves out of the future. They need to focus, or else I personally think it's going to be like a pets.com. They raise huge amount of money. It's like it is the .com bust. The .com bust, but the .com bust continued. We're in the AI bust right now. There will be an AI bust. There will be a crazy company that goes out of business in the next year. Dude, these people are getting so much money. They just got $125 billion. They just got $125 billion. What is their run rate? What is their run rate? Like, who cares about weekly users? They have to do the Anthropic model, which is go after enterprise. You have to go after the enterprise. And then you have someone like, whatever, I closed it out, Microsoft completely disbanding away from, that's so stupid, Microsoft. No, Copilot is never going to be as good as Anthropic right now. So, and by the way, I know there might be people who has a different opinion about the unions, but we need to go away from the unions. The government has they have OSHA, they have so many regulatory agencies for workers. They have discrimination laws. You have attorneys that will gladly take up a lawsuit, a class action lawsuit against Samsung. A huge company like Samsung, they would gladly take up that lawsuit. I'm getting monthly, hey Charles, there's a class action lawsuit. You're a member of, I don't know what the latest payment. I got $23 for traveling to Vegas one time and it was a hotel that treated me incorrectly, I guess. I don't know. These attorneys are hungry for new class action lawsuits because that's where the money's made against these massive companies. We don't need unions anymore. And to be honest, unions are terrible for competition. There's no competition in unions. Perfect example, tomorrow, the entire Long Island Railroad might be on strike. I'm taking the Long Island Railroad. That's literally 250,000 people per day going to Penn Station and use Penn Station. 250,000 people are going to be affected by 12 people. You got 12 people on the union side, you got 12 people on the worker side, however it works, I don't know. But now, like, how many people are being affected? It's like they're the highest paid people in the entire United States across all of the trains. They literally said that. The Long Island Railroad they make the highest amount of pay, plus they have a pension, plus full benefits, plus healthcare. In perpetuity. I'm paying for that. And all you're doing is just like clipping a ticket. That's gonna be a robot in the future. is so stupid. The only reason we have competition is because if you're a bad teacher, you could be fired. But if you can't be fired and you're protected by the teachers union, now you're just a bad teacher. All right. That's enough. That's enough. Need to do that the whole show. Nerd voice. You know, I sort of got it from Bill Burr and what's his name? Oh my gosh, clean comic, and he also has a very high-pitched voice. I could see his face right now. Oh my gosh. And he does that, and I'm like, I gotta have my own. I gotta have my own. Because that one guy came in here who works at Google, fixed 4 out of the 7 bugs. Okay. Edit your own posts. Tracks. You can keep tracks. Go in and check it. Hover card not appearing on weekly leaderboard. Oh, interesting. We'll work on that in a second. Let's, whoa. Please fix. Is that good? Is MKV, do I like the Islanders? I do, but I don't follow sports. My whole life, like if you're trying to discover anything, my entire life is on YouTube. So if you're like, oh, Charles dated this girl and her name is this, it's like, yeah, everything. Charles worked at Oppenheimer Funds. Charles worked as a caddy. Charles worked as, I'm an open book. I could care less. I don't, privacy is, I know they're video files, but are they safe? Okay? Because we went through a safety and we had a safety protocol meeting with my AI on Wednesday. I desperately, whoa. Why do you desperately want MK files? No, we're not doing 10 megs. Holy mackerel. Are they safe? Are uncommon, but not extremely rare. My cousin does the same job as me in the union. He makes twice as much as I do, but he said 100 are on the bench before. Yeah, I need to do the whole show in the nerd voice. How much are you renting that space out for? I am not renting. So it's a brilliant concept, and New York City is becoming a huge solopreneur, entrepreneur. Essentially, they took WeWork's concept and they just put it on steroids. It's so much better. We have someone that is looking to add this. Make sure that there is no safety and security issues when uploading these types of files. Yeah, I know that New York City is never going to go anywhere. You're going to have the future of two things. You have the people that are doom and gloom, like me, that live outside the city, a major city, a smart city, because they're just going to put us in a bubble in a prison, and against our will. You know, men are neutered, so there's going to be no uprising. And plus, we have the best government because the next government is what they want. So let's keep the government. It's corrupt. It's terrible. They don't like us. They just whatever. You don't want the next government. That's for sure. Revolution is never good. Just look in history. The French Revolution, Iranian Revolution. No revolution is good because you're not in charge. The military is in charge. And the military is beholden to the, well, we'll stop short of saying who they are. Uploading these types of files. There we go. All right, let's go over there. Let's send that out. They're working on the post right there. So let's open up a new window. We got to get the video up and running too. Let's go over here. All right, we'll leave that. Sharing posts from feed. Cool GIF. It isn't exactly a bug. However, it would be really cool if we could share posts to private DMs. I like that. Let's go over here. New York City is going to be a massive hub. I'll give you a reason why. 1/3 of New York City left during COVID. I don't think you understand how crazy that is. 1/3. That's millions of people left. There was apartment buildings completely empty. Like people just fled to Florida, fled to Midwest, fled to the South, and they're like, New York City's done. New York City's done. Weirdly, I was selling a lot of real estate at the time because the rates were incredible. All right, let's see. Let's see. Holy cow, dude! Stop giving me the thinking. If you want me to tell which project and which upload endpoint, yes, it is iCharles Community. Stop talking about Botenston, dude. We ain't working on Botenston.com. I actually thought for a second that they would have to turn all of these office buildings. This entire place is surrounded by office buildings. Look at this. This entire place is office buildings. I'm on the 16th floor. The entire place is office buildings. And let's see if I'm still on screen. And I thought myself, with my business partner at the time, that they have to turn all these office buildings into apartments. And it is very expensive. It takes a long amount of time, and they look terrible because you have these huge footprints, and they're not built for residential. So if you're going commercial to residential, you have long hallways to get to the window. You have big, wide open spaces. That's what they did in the financial district. Fun fact, in New York City, they call it FIDI. FIDI. We actually coined that in 2009 to have people move down there. Our real estate agent firm, that was probably the last best time. That was probably the last best time. We would work super hard during the day, and then we would go to Stone Street, which is a place right near the Trade Center. We'd go to Stone Street, and they have these, they closed it off to traffic, and it's literally stones. That's why they call it Stone Street. It's the original New York way that they walked. It's cobblestones. It's like huge, heavy stones. And they have, it's just bars. And then they have these huge lofts above it. And we would go down there, and we would be out till very early in the morning, every single night, Monday, Tuesday. That's when people were like maniacs. We would be rubbing shoulders with JP Morgan, with Deutsche Bank, with Goldman Sachs, with Visa boys over there, MasterCard. You got all the companies, and it was a fun time. It was a fun time. All right. That's not what we're looking to do. Okay, Track's coming in with a interesting. Okay, let's do a test. Actually, no, they wiped it out. Let's see, this should be, okay. It should be repost with comment though. Okay, you have an at, insert a timestamp of the video. Yeah, that should be there. The reply of the reply is what we got to work on right now. Okay. The reply of a reply also needs to be, it needs to be completely uniform. The post, the reply to the post, the reply to the reply as well. Also, we should not be opening it in a new window. I don't know why you're just giving me that link. This should be on the main feed. All right, and we'll send that out. All right. So in one word, do you think we should implement this or not? What is MKV? Let's pull up the chat. Elon posted algorithm on GitHub. Huh. Mogged is getting flexed on. Yeah. Need to type a video file aloud. No sign up email, so the space is just free. I'm not understanding. Yes, it's free for now. We got to get it up and running. We got to get the vibe coding community going. We're out here, and then we're just kind of going in. But that should be fixed. Okay, sorry, Tracks. We're not implementing. All right, we need to fix the sign up. I thought I fixed this yesterday. I went into Cloudflare, made some adjustments to the safety and security. We are still having trouble from the iCharles.com when people join. It should be, they put in their email, maybe they're going through a safety and security protocol, then the email goes out with a magic link. That's available. This is on sign up only on sign up, not when they need to log back in. They get an email. It's available for, I think you said 24 hours is safe. That link is available for 24 hours. They click that. Once they click that, they approve their email, then it goes into the admin area, and then I have to approve them within the admin area. If they get denied, it also goes into the admin area as well. So essentially, the community, fine. He doesn't need to rent at least. Yeah, so right behind me is my old office. It was a WeWork. And Adam Newman, the guy who created WeWork, completely swindled investors. SoftBank, out of $5 billion. SoftBank, I don't know how it's still alive. They had WeWork and another company, Compass. Well, Compass is still around. That's a real estate firm. But they took that concept and they put it on steroids. And they said, okay, you like to go into these crappy buildings, take a landlord who's desperate, you go in, you fix it up, you put some improvements. Because I knew a guy who went to the gym, Equinox over here, before it was like $400 a month. And he knew the landlord. And what WeWork did was they baked in that they would rent it like the building was 65% occupied. And then everything after that was profit, which is a smart idea until COVID came. And then they went really deep into the red. Really deep into the red because they were not expecting 50% occupancy. Now you're just bleeding money. And then they had to consolidate. They pushed out Adam. They put in a new CEO. And then Adam went down to Florida. He got funding for a style where you live and you work in the same building and they have a gym. In other words, it's got everything. So you can never leave your building. I don't know where that went. I forgot the name of that company. But it's funny because the place started to fall apart because the new CEO restricted funding on existing buildings. And then I was like, things just started to degrade because you have so much use. These aren't regular people. They built it like it's cool and fun and everything else, instead of like an office building, which is like concrete and then really commercial used, fine, thin carpeting. That is like really nice wood. So that started to fall apart and I'm like, I gotta get out of here. So I went to a Class A building. So Class A means it's a really nice building. You have very good security. You have very good elevators, top of the line. There's obviously nicer buildings. Like the Trade Center is probably nicer. One Vanderbilt is also nicer. That's near Grand Central. That's beautiful. Lot of rooftops. All these commercial spaces are going to rooftops. If I look down there, you have 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 4 rooftops that are brand new. So these commercial buildings are all go there. Fine, there's a bug. It was 7 bugs in one picture. I know, I'm waiting for this guy to finish to the right. But I gotta be honest, people are, where was that news article? People are caring about, by the way, this is crazy. Look at these numbers, by the way. They have a guy that wanted to invest, I think he's in Barron Capital. He wanted to invest $1 billion into, you have to see where the money's going. You have to see where the money's going. Very important, because they're looking to combine everything into one. And the reason being is you can't just have SpaceX going public, but then you also want to have a vertical integration of the servers and of AI, I should say, XAI. You combine them into SpaceX AI, and now you have the money of SpaceX, which is obviously global. It's the only one that's really launching often, you know, helping global companies launch their space or their satellites into space. No one else is doing that. Maybe Russia, maybe China, nowhere in America, really. PLA, PLA was like 5 or 6 huge conglomerates, and they had a crappy rocket that looked like Saturn V. It was like, what? You just spent $4 billion to build that crap, and then they just threw it away. They launched Artemis, went around the moon, and then the whole thing was just thrown into the ocean. It's like, oh gosh, the bread and circus they feed us. The bread and circus they feed us. Implement email verification. Okay, why is it failing? Email never arrives after join. The magic link fails. Expired. Click works, but they don't appear in the admin queue. They work in the admin queue. If you have a specific user that hit the, I don't want you to share the email, but there was someone that signed up. Don't share the email. Just say user Y tried to sign up. It was within the last hour. Yeah, and the reason why we are not having, I'm near the rooftop. I like this scissor lift on this. Mark, I wish I knew what you said. I'm near the rooftop. I like this scissor lift. I don't know what that means, but that sounds fun, being on a rooftop. Okay, so now they're saying that the comments are, the replies, I should say, the replies, dude, this is, you gotta be kidding me. That's how men used to be. Oh, imagine him taking your girl. Oh boy, good old fashioned fun. All right, let's do my own actually. Let's go Tony Robbins. No, it made the font smaller. I wanted it to be the bigger font. All right, so it's got the reply. It's got just repost. Okay, that works. That should work. I'm not gonna click that because then it's gonna, whoop, there we go. We got a bugaboo. All right, let's go over there. There we go. All right. The right icon with the 3 dots loads underneath the comment. All right, what else? Yes, okay, what else? What else is wrong in here? Pin the comment. All right, maybe that's pinned. It does something over there, unpin the comment. Okay, that's good. Dude, these are crazy. Oh boy, this is like half of America right here. That's half of America right there. All right, let us post that. All right, good. All right, okay, repost. All right, fellas, we can start banging around on that thing. But it doesn't have the retweet, repost. Oh crap, I pressed renew. Oh my gosh. Where was I? Let's go Tony Robbins. Jace. Am I saying her name right? Jace. Okay, so that needs to be in the replies. So we'll pick right over here. So what are we doing over the weekend, boys? Well, we might have a strike here in New York City, so transportation is going to be limited.
I want $150,000 a month to collect tickets on the Long Island Railroad.
Oh, okay. Elon, can we get that robot up and humming? Dude, robotics is going to be. They were talking on the Moonshots podcast. They were talking that they want. By the way, another one they were talking about. Someone wants to launch 100,000 satellites. Okay, now we gotta start teaming it down a little bit. We gotta start pushing back over here, boys. Who cares about Jensen Huang eating noodles? I gotta find out. I gotta look at this video. Why is this viral? Is AP, is that safe to play? Is that safe to play on, who cares? AP came in late. What's the video? It's gonna play an ad. That's stupid. If this plays an ad, I'm leaving. Yeah, loading ad. Get out of here. Get out of here. Was that a pharmaceutical ad? They are relentless. I don't understand. He's eating noodles and that was the whole thing? That made the news? That made the news? This made the news? This is how boring we are today? This is how boring we are? Oh my gosh, they had, what's his name? Bissick? Holy cow, they had some big boys out there. Near the roof on the scissor, AP style. I know, they gotta collect their money. Do you understand who the AP is and who owns the AP, by the way? They are in the same camp as the people who went to Beijing. I can't believe that Bissick went over there. Holy cow. Holy cow, this is bigger than I thought. They literally sent the Treasury Secretary. Did they also, why would they send him? Wow. That's bigger than I thought. And then the futures slide. Wow. Why would he go over there? Wow. Wow. This is a high IQ outfit, fellas. This isn't, let's do push-ups and steal people's music. What was the other thing? On the replies, it doesn't have the repost with comment option. And make sure that we have the exact same interface and code base as there is on all areas that we started out with, including the spaces, the main feed, the hashtag, the profile. Very important. Deep dive on the interface. We need to make sure this is up and running, unified. All right, so that's a big build, boys and girls. That's a big build. The PR is crazy. Wow. That's shocking. That is shocking. This is how they entertain you. Oh my gosh, this CEO with this secretary, they're spotted at a Coldplay concert. They just feed you slop. They feed you slop all day. And people are just, yeah, I want more slop. What was Jensen doing? What was Jensen doing? Oh my gosh, Jensen was doing that? Holy cow, dude. But why is my investments going down? Well, because China is in a position now that they've never been in before, which is, oh, send your best. Yeah, bring all of them. Bring NVIDIA, bring Meta, bring Oracle, bring Elon, bring your Treasury Secretary, bring Trump. Bring them, come on, good boys. Oh yeah, you want that? Go back to America. That's what just happened. That's what this headline is talking about. That's why we need to be creators, lowercase c. We need to be creators. Designing, creating. We cannot be in these buildings. These buildings all around me, they have thousands of people in each of these buildings all just doing this. A company that I just said in the earlier part of the stream is going to be created, and they put a thin layer between, kind of like what Meta's doing. And then Meta can just outsource what they built. Every keyboard stroke, every mouse movement, every mouse click, every just screenshotting all day. And then they're gonna be like, oh, Becky in marketing, thank you so much for your time at Meta. Here's 2 months severance. We know exactly what you did. And we're now creating Becky. Heck, they could be even just using their same names. They have everything she's done, every email, every meeting, the recording, everything. I go to my brothers, and I know I said it, and I know I should be coding, but it's just, the community around here is not gonna be like, okay, I need more money. The community around here is like connecting stuff together and then being like, okay, you know what a great $1 trillion idea is? Meta is up here, the C-suite, the CFO, the CIO, the CTO, CFO, COO, those are all up here. And then you have a layer of compute. And then you have the employees down here. You could even have, the managers. Everyone wants to be a portfolio manager at one of these hedge funds. They want to be at Goldman. They want to make manager, managing director, and MD. That's when you made it. You're making, $500K. Your bonus is probably $500K or $1 million or whatever. That's when you made it. You're making close to $1 million. Not anymore. Not anymore. Not anymore. By the way, we got a few more. Fed slop. Like AI slop. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I don't go to any of these companies. I don't go to Fox, I don't go to CNN, I don't go to Bloomberg, CNBC, because MSNBC, Fox Business, because they're all owned by the same company. But if you can curate it through AI and have an objective point of view as possible, like it is in Perplexity, which tripled, by the way, the revenue a month ago. So Perplexity is going nowhere. I was not bullish on them. I was not bullish on them. I was very bearish on Perplexity. I thought they would be wiped out, because compute is so expensive. They're a layer on top of compute. So as compute goes up, then they have to start either funding their investments. Also, by the way, going back to this one story, OpenAI, you know what's going to happen very, very soon? Very, very soon. Where is it? Right here. Is this it? This very soon, investors want their return. Investors want their return. Investors want their return. That's why this is important. They don't give money. No one gives money without, let's go. Hey, Sam Altman, come here. It's a very interesting game out there. So I think I'm gonna limit to the first 25. And let me go to the admin area there, Mark. See if you're actually, why is this slow? That's a good point. Someone said that before. The iCharles website is slow. I'll go to the bugs shortly. So this is unifying it's also commentary. I don't want to be braggadocious, but I'm about to be braggadocious. And it's not prideful, so I don't have to say that in confession. It's not prideful. But a lot of these guys have lived on the internet. They like know the internet. I don't know the internet. Like Mogged? What the heck is that? Incel? Like, I don't know. What are these? And to be honest, I'm glad I don't. I'm glad I don't know what's going on in Summer House, but all these girls are talking about Summer House. I'm like, funny enough, used to go to Montauk in the Hamptons. I went to a bar with the whole thing a couple of years ago. My buddy's really good friends with all the people that were on the show. And it's like you gotta put on a uniform and get into the game and stop being in the audience. You gotta, it's the Coliseum, and it's gonna be, why is this website loading slow? I think you put in either lazy load or something within a feature. We need to unharness it. Harness the scroll over this. Yeah, let's go to implement email verification. Okay, let's not share that. Let's go to community. Let's see if, Chuck, why is my post highlighted with a rainbow color on the side? Let's see what you're talking about. Let's see what you're talking about there, buddy. Rainbow. Oh, that is interesting. Is mine as well? When you pin it? Let's see. Okay, so that worked. Pin comment. Yeah, maybe, listen, it's almost June. Maybe, you like the rainbow. Nothing wrong with the rainbow. You just, what depends what Skittle or what Starbucks, or what is it? What was the ones? What was it called? Starburst. Oh man. Pink was my favorite. Yellow tasted like crap. What was the other ones? Red was really good. Actually, red was the best one. Red was the best one. I could eat red Starburst all day. Let's see, when I refresh, it should be live. That's a good point. All right. Copy the image. Let's go over here. We'll send that out. This was posting to DMs, so check if the DMs works. If you can, actually, you know what, let's do this. Fix the bug. If you can send it to the DMs. Let's go down. All right, why can't I scroll? All right, show less. There we go. Let's see if we can share this to DMs. All right. We got to work on the video too. Oh yeah, that's an interesting, all right, let's reload. Any other, holy sh... Holy moly cannoli banoli. All right. Badges duplicate. All right. Unstoppable, dedicated, logged in. Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, I was at my brother's. I said it already, but it was a shocking see these teenagers, probably 12 to 18, and then my nephew he's in the, I don't know, like, it's like a part of the, what do they call it? It's part of the Marines, I would say. He's not a Marine, but it's like an offshoot of it. And he's not, I don't think it's military. I don't know what it is. But I asked them, they're all on their cell phones like, and I was like, girls, okay? You used to be the gender where you talked more than us, okay? 3 times the amount of words, and now you're not talking. You're not building your personality. That's where it is. You fail, you do stupid stuff and everything else. Listen, I'm not in that camp, but I asked this very important question. How many kids in your school are using AI? How many are your teachers? Are the administrators, who is the brilliant way they control all of us, the administrators? We need to talk to the administrators. You have about 4 or 5 unelected bureaucrats who run everything. Brilliant idea by the people who control the strings. Brilliant. You just have 4 or 5 people who control all the cops, 4 or 5 people who control all the FDNY, 4 or 5 people who control all the hospital, 4 or 5 people who control all, it's brilliant. All the schools, all the material, all the kids, all the teachers, all the unions, everything. Brilliant, brilliant idea. You know, if I was at Davos, I would be patting myself on the back. I was like, how many, and she goes, my niece goes, who's graduating, she's graduating high school, she's 18. She goes, I got a survey one time. You got a survey? That's the highest that you're talking about? A survey? A survey? Okay, these kids are not. I think they're just trying to protect themselves, to be honest. All right, so that was sharing it, right? Well, I'll bring this down here, because when I share, it brings up everything. Oh, yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. All right. Let's try it. Test. All right. Well, why is this a thing? Tell me. I just sent you something. Why is this a thing? Let's see. How did it come up? How is this supposed to be shared? How is a share within Facebook? How is that shared? Actually, I'm not logged into Facebook, am I? It should share the, how should it share? We'll close that down. How should it share? Let's take a screenshot, actually. Let's go with 4, and we'll go with, oh man, that was ugly. You gotta share a link, and it says test. It says test. That's not good. All right, let's go over there. Let's bring this up. Let's go, come on. Oh, crap. Come on. over here, and then go to optimize the website. Unified ad sharing, here we go. There we go. How can we clean up how it appears within the direct messages after it's shared? So if it's sharing a meme or a video or a post or something, how does it appear? Or if it's from iCharles.com, or if it's a video from the members area, we have to have it rendering to be more designed better or more attractive to the user who receives it. Woo! That was a bunch of 13-cent words right there. Probably like, what the heck are you talking about? All right, let me see the admin so I can log you in. The admin, let's go to members. Let's go to active, okay. Let's go to, oh wow, yeah. Okay, so it didn't even bring you in. That's weird. That is weird. All right. Nice catch. The bugs keep on piling up in active. Semperfi. Check my DMs. All right. My gosh, everyone's so demanding today. How should it be shared? All right, let's go with your recommendation. Should non-iCharles URLs, yeah, we'll skip that. We'll skip that for now. All right. Is this all fixed? Then we can close it out. And then go over here. We need to make sure that when people sign up, they are going through the process I mentioned. And if there are people that are stuck in the process that submitted to join, put them through the process so we can test it end to end. Because I don't see any of them in the admin area under they did not pass security, or they did pass security, or they got an email and did not click it, or they got an email, clicked it, approved it. All right, let's fix this sign up and then optimize the loading. Is this all fixed? Yes, it's shipped. All right, now let's start doing some buggy boos. Let's start doing some buggy boos. All right, let's go over here. Yeah, if the lineup of kids are not learning, so essentially, I gave this example 2 days ago, or maybe after my crash out. That'll be my last one. That'll be my last one. Until I get a wife. Yeah, it's very interesting in the dating realm. It's very interesting. I gotta like adjust. It's gotta like bob and weave. Like, what's going on over here? All right. We just did a very large build, and what you might be editing, the code changed. So I want you to do research on what is necessary, still in this chat to do. I want you to actually review the code before you actually change it to make sure that you're doing it correctly, because your previous analysis is probably different. Live on the main channel, main community. Pick any post with comments. The kebab? Is that what it's called? Kebab? Huh. I didn't even know that was called that. Kebab? Is that? No. Kebab. Oh, wow. Kebab. Let's go in coding. Is that the little buttons? Is that the three little buttons? That's fantastic that I just remembered, or that it just said that. What is a kebab case? No. All right, I'll look that up later. User profile data. A naming convention in programming where lowercase words are separated by hyphens. Oh, all right. That's not as cool as I thought. All right, let's start doing some bugs. Let's reload. Whoa, boy. I'm sorry, Real Tracks. We're not doing the videos. Duplicate, that's big. Oh, crap. Here, come back here. There we go. That's easy. Let's put this over here. Let's go over there. Check your DMs. Will do. How we doing? What are we doing for the weekend? What are we doing for the weekend? We going out? We touching grass? And we also, good idea. Whoever said that, someone put a skill set in there, and I want to put those skills. That was a very good idea. Let's go above here, because we're just adding in skills. Let's go over there. Let's go skills. That was under the community on the main feed. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here's the skills. All right, so we'll go to this and we'll go to this. Yes, continue to destination. Do you like that? No, but I gotta protect myself. All right, this is code simplifier. Oh, huh. Simplifies and refines code for clarity. Interesting. I like that. That's very specific. Where is this within? Oh, this is in the, is that true? Is this the official plugins? Code simplifier. I'm gonna write that down. And then this is, wow, 84,000. What is this? Skills for real engineers. I would like to say that I'm a real engineer. You're not, Charles. You're a guy who's sitting in a place. I'm touching a hack. I don't know what that means. 24-hour stream. Oh man, you should listen to that podcast. They are so out of touch, but it's funny to hear what they're planning for us. It's funny. All right, run the skills installer. Matt Pocock. Whoa. All right, let's see. Agent is way too verbose. Wow, code doesn't work. Built out of mud. Wow. Productivity. All right. All right, so what is the, build this as a skill. What should we call this? MIT? Dude, these people are beyond my pay grade. Just brilliant. Just way, like, the way they talk, and I have it at 2x speed, and I can understand it. I think that's the differentiation. You know, we're not just gonna be talking about local models and, it's like, all right, we gotta have a personality here, fellas. We can't just be like, well, I tested 5.5 and I built a one-player PCRG game and it was fantastic. It rivals Rockstar's games. And then I have the DJI AI Spark. It's like, holy cow, bro. You know, hang out, like go outside, you know, you're in your 20s. Don't get into a fight, even though I was about to say that. I don't know, learn boxing. You know, I think not enough people have been punched in the face. That's my honest appraisal. Not enough people have been punched directly in the face or have been knocked out. Get knocked out once, and then you're like, oh, okay, the world could be a violent place. I would like to stay within these guardrails. You know, there's just, it's too safe. We don't see death. Do you understand how good we have it? We don't see death. People aren't being sent off to war. People aren't dying in the streets. The entire existence of humanity up until 1945 was just death. It was chaos. Memento mori. It was just like animal attacks. You had wars. You had just absolute revolutions. You had monarchs fighting that monarch. You had, you know, Muslim versus Catholic. Then you had the Orthodox versus Catholic. Then you had Protestant versus Catholic. Then you had, then you go into native lands and there were just paganism everywhere. Sacrificing everything to all over the place. Ancient deities. You got starvation. You cut your finger and then you die because something went in there and you didn't even know that alcohol could potentially kill that. People like walking around like, I need. It's like, you don't need anything, bro. And you don't even deserve it. You don't deserve it. And I'm not sorry about that. You don't deserve it. I want this girl, or I want my wife, or I want this boy. You know, I just like I'm looking for it's like, are you perfect? No. So why are you looking for perfection? She's got to be like this. He's got to be like that. I've got a theory behind that, by the way. Charles, explain what this Git is, please. I need it. Is it needed to code well? I don't know, but I can tell you right, putting rum in their water. Yeah, my mom, I think it was my mom, that would be like, oh, my child's crying. Little Jameson on the tongue. That's old school. That's old school. Oh, my kid was out of line. All right, he's back in line. You know, there was only, I know this is gonna be shocking because we grew up in our whole school was a lie, by the way. Our whole history is a lie. Everything is a lie. This country versus, no. Everything was religion. Okay, that's first of all. Second of all, what happened was that you only had really 4 things to do in life because everyone was Christian or everyone was Muslim or pagan. That was it. So you either became up until the 1500s, before the Protestant revolt, up until the 1500s, you either got married, that was it, you got married, you joined a religious order, or you fought. Those were your only 3 options. As a guy, as a woman, religious order, or you got married. That was it. If you couldn't get married, religious order. There was no like work on your own. You had to farm. That was your life. You farmed. That was it. You just farmed all day, every day, and hoping there was a crop for you to eat. You go into a grocery store and you can just buy whatever you want. Do you understand if someone from 1400 walked around today, he would truly look around, first at disgust. He would just be disgusted. Be like, look at all these dumb, overweight Americans. Just really dumb, stupid, have no memory, just walking around like a bunch of Neanderthals. Do you understand what the men looked like back then? They put on metal armor on top of a horse and went into battle. Okay? We can't even lift 10 pounds. You can't even run a mile without your knees shattering. Totally, bunch of weaklings, including myself. I'm not. Anyway, yeah, I would recommend that skill, by the way, because this guy, if I counted on anyone to be my coding teacher if I was at MIT, I want this guy to be doing it. I want, what's his name? He had his name somewhere. Matt Pocock. I want Matt Pocock to be my teacher at MIT. I want MIT to be like, yeah, we put our stamp of approval on this. You could put this on GitHub. And obviously there's only 2 contributors. Look at that. That's an absolute banger. Absolute banger. Brilliant idea. Whoever gave me this, brilliant idea. I just don't know what to call it. I don't know what to call it.
We have an MIT license to just.
By the way, MIT, you know what they should be doing? Let's just install this. I'm not going to call it your name. That's a little prideful, sir. I think you need to be going to confession. What do we call this? Mogging? Should we call it incel? Grill with what? Grill with docs? Oh, that's funny. All right. We need this as a skill. We need this as a, let's go there. Yeah, I wouldn't look at me as a exemplar for what's good. When I got back from Iraq, I went into Best Buy and saw a father and son arguing, and I was just disgusted. Yeah, I had a buddy who went crazy. He was in the Rangers. He was in the Rangers, and he went crazy. He was, well, I won't say anymore, but you know, I pray for that guy. We were best friends. And he skipped school, skipped college, or he was in college, didn't graduate, went into the military, went overseas, His brother was a ranger. He became a ranger, and then he like went bald immediately. And then from all the stress, I'm getting chills. It was bad. This was like 06, 05. So that was like the heat of like everything. That was the heat of everything. And I haven't talked to him since. I think he got married through another friend. He actually ended up hating me. I don't know why. It was very weird. I wish him the best though, because he was a great guy, very giving guy. Wore suits when nobody wore suits. Like very buttoned up, very disciplined. Like we looked up to the guy, and then war just changes everything. Yeah, and then there's another video. I saw a video of a guy who was in Cuba, and he came in and his wife or girlfriend or something videotaped him walking into the grocery store for the first time. I'm getting chills. If that reaction from that guy to going into a grocery store is not viral clips, then no American everything should be taken away from everyone. This guy literally looked at an orange and was staring at an orange. He was in awe. He was in awe. He just picked up was just staring at it and was just like this, and just looked around the whole store and was like, yeah, we just have it too easy. We have it way too easy. And then the problem is, when something like COVID comes, we just fight. We just fight each other, you know? Or like 09, you had, or before that, you had Occupy Wall Street, and then we just fight each other. I was there. I saw Occupy Wall Street. The Trade Center was still in ruins. You had Occupy Wall Street. I was working on Wall Street. I was, you know, like, they just want us in disagreement. That's it. That's it. We need this as a skill. Don't actually implement it, but I need you to give me what is the name of this skill that you recommend, and make sure it doesn't collide with anything else that we already have as a skill. Oh boy, this is going to be a banger. I do recommend this. Whoever just asked that. What camp are you in? Got to decide. Yeah, exactly. You know, I'll give you an example. I went to visit my mom, and this guy who's running for, I don't know what he's running for. I was like, Mom, I saw a sign. I haven't seen political signs like town council or school board. I don't know, just some regulatory nonsense. It's just stupid decisions. And she's like, I was like, I haven't seen any signs. We live in an area, nobody puts signs on their lawn. Like, it's not political. You go outside and you go up to upstate New York, everyone's got to sign everyone. It's like, you know, it's wild. Anyway, she's like, yeah, he's been in office for 30 years. I was like, oh yeah, let's just re-elect the same guy. All right, let's see what it recommends. Checking. Okay, runner-ups, if you want something. No collision existing. Just give me the top 3 names. Oh, it's right there, Real Engineer. Should I just call it Engineer? Is Engineer available? Say yes or no. Don't come back with a 14-point essay. Check your DMs. Refresh my email. No email. Circa 2007. Yeah, that's when, what's his name? That guy who has that podcast, and I read his books about leadership. That's when he was talking about it. Okay. Install it as Engineer then. Holy cow, Real Tracks is freaking out in the comments over here. I need a loan ASAP to test more features. I need a loan. I loved COVID. People were like washing their hands, keeping the heck away from me. Yeah, I know. Dude, I had a buddy that went out to Utah, and he took a picture of where he lived. I was like, that exists? I've never owned a car in my entire life. And this guy flies out, and he literally took a picture. It was just his front porch and just fields. It was just grass. It was just grass and then mountains in the way back. And I was like, that's something you see like on a movie set. And he's like, yeah, it's my land. I was like, wow, bro, you're rich right now. But then I thought about it. We have a house, or the family has a house somewhere upstate. And like to get to town, it takes 15 minutes. And even then, to get anywhere, it takes 15 minutes. I'm like, I don't know. I could walk outside and get whatever I want right now. I can't live here permanently. My wife would definitely not want me to live here permanently. And this office probably doesn't want me to be here permanently, so I have to live stream from my house or something like that. But it's New York City as it's like my buddy in LA. My buddy in LA, he's LAPD. That's a job I don't want. His body cam's been on multiple LA Channel 7 news things. Absolute wax. You think New York City has wax? Dude, LA is on a level that is incomparable to New York City. And what's his name? That reality guy? Oh my gosh. Okay, so you're all good, installed and live. Okay, well, I don't have something to write it down. Let's go. Okay, let's install another one. Let's do that other one you mentioned. Let's do simplifies, code simplifier. Okay, like this. And install this. And install this one too. Yeah, he showed me a video of a guy. They shot him. He lived. But he was running at my buddy and was trying to stab him. And people are like, I can't believe, why didn't you? And I'm like, I think we start with like, you know, I saw a guy get taken down because they were fighting in Penn Station, and the guy got. I'm like, that's a lot. That's a lot. I wouldn't be, you know, it's like I don't even fight normal people. I'm gonna fight someone that has a weapon. Like, come on. Like, let's use some common sense. Let's use some common sense. I wouldn't fight anyone now because you don't know if they have a weapon, you know? Yeah, he's taking videos of like what LA looks like. It is so different. You know, my sister moved out there, Santa Monica. It's like very different. I don't know what happened, but it's a perfect example of like, you love the beach, you love the weather, you love just the atmosphere of activity and food and everything else. So they stay. They deal with the high taxes, they deal with the traffic, they deal with the nonsense. It's the same thing here. It's like, I could literally be anywhere. Anywhere in the world. I have 3 airports. I have 2 massive, actually 3. I have Port Authority, you have Penn Station, you have Grand Central. I could be anywhere in Connecticut, Massachusetts, Long Island, New Hampshire. I have ski resorts. I have beaches, Jersey Shore, Jones Beach, Long Beach, Montauk. And it's so hard to leave. It's so hard to leave. Taxes, this is the best way to think about taxes. This is the best way to think about taxes. So if your taxes in New York City, it's 60%. So that means I still am a government employee. I'm still a government employee because it's only May. Up until, because it's 60%, so 60% of the year. So July is 50% because that's June. So July, I start working for myself. So we're all government employees. That's the best way to say it. It's just to how much, you know? Imagine if Ben Franklin, he was like, we revolted after a tea tax, and you're getting taxed on your labor? You're getting taxed on your own labor? And then your labor is then taxed again when you buy something, and then when you travel, you're taxed again. So you bought it with taxes after you're taxed. I went on a rant on stories one time, and people were like, I never thought of it that way. I was like, yeah, that's what taxation is. That's what taxation is. Taxation is criminal at the levels it is right now. All right, let's go to DMs. I would not live in New York City. My wife would not. She would not be about that. She's not about that life. She just wants, give me a kid, give me a house, come home at 6, dinner's ready, and then just, I don't know, read the Bible. No, there's gonna be no phones. Kids are homeschooled. All right, you want the DMs? Trax? All right, Trax has been pounding the DMs. This is what Trax has been doing. All right. All right, send, try, download the EXP file. If you go to shop, there is one, but I could buy, okay, let's copy that. Is it true, likes the Islanders, Jets, Mets, and Knicks. Our video files, they are, may I take a 500-point loan from Claude and you tell Claude to disable my ability to gain? I don't know what that means. I gotta be honest, the shop area was probably built in like a throwaway. You know how you kind of build a house and then the basement's abused? That's a good example, actually. All right, I'll read those later. Sometimes the DMs can be personal. Charles, I love you. I just really want to be friends with you. No, I'm kidding. They're never like that. All right, the video needs to, we're not caring about the shop. Let's go to bugs. Let's go to bugs. And this video thing, man, I tried to do a very complicated process where the video is shot, okay? It then it renders at a less bit rate or a smaller file, transcribed in the meantime. Then an article is written in that's AEO friendly, so answer engine optimized, onto the iCharles website. The video then goes into the video area for the members. It's downloadable, so then I could put it on YouTube. I still have to apply for YouTube API credits. And then the video also goes to its own pivot page. So this would be a pivot page. But this is, see how there's a pause? I don't know what that pause is. That pause is weird. I don't like that pause. It's rendering somewhere else. Holy shnikes. All right, let's clear some of this. Duplicate badges. All right, you're done. Thank you for your service. All right, you're fingerprinting without proper disclosure consent. Yes, I am. And if you knew what happened Wednesday, should I put that up? Because I needed to find out the blast radius of what happened Wednesday, and it was wide. It was wide. So it needed to investigate, and then it brought back what happened. And then, if you want, I'll create a little blah, 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 or whatever. I'm gonna turn it off, obviously. But for the next 2 days, it was like I had to shut down how many people were coming in and just blasting away on the server. It was crazy. It was like 12 accounts were created by different IPs and everything else. I was like, yeah, we're not having this. This is not what I signed up for. I know. I do know what happened, and look at my previous message. Previous message is more important. What's your previous message? What is your account? We need account alignment. We got to get this guy out of here. So we're just dealing with this. Charles' meltdown. Oh yeah, it was more than a meltdown. That was like fighting levels. And I haven't been there in a while. Probably 12 years. Because when you get into a fight, you get to a point where violence is part of the exchange or the level that you get to. I obviously wouldn't have. MF Chase said what? There used to be a kind of disclosure when we were making security. More security issue, your project lacks CF tokens is storing session cookie and retrieving document cookies. Hello? Hello? What's the... All right, so we'll copy that. What is the prompt that you want? We'll put your previous thing in. All right, let's shop we are sidelining for now. The third time, just trying to help you, brother. Clawed it up. Clawed it up. Yeah, it's Mandarin. It's Mandarin. Unless it's like, you know, I'll give you an example. When I'm talking to a broker about real estate, I can use lingo. I can use jargon, things that he understands. So if I go, the REIT is looking for the common charges and what is the tax deductions of the co-op and how many shares do they have? That makes sense to a real estate agent in New York City. To most other people, they're like, can you, so then I say, when you buy a co-op, it's like buying shares into a corporation. That's why co-op means corporation. You don't actually own the apartment. You get a lease and a stock. The stock is to the shares and the lease is to live there. Stock and lease. You get that at the closing table. They're like, oh, okay. So you gotta, yeah, the shop. Can we put like sideline up here? I know you love the shop, but we got other things. Oh my gosh. Yes, we'll go after this one. We'll go after this one. We'll go after this one. We'll say completed because I'm paying attention to two things. The videos and the feed. The videos and the feed. Because those are what people care about. That's it. The shop is like nice to have. That's like Facebook dating. It's like, that's not where you're making your bread and butter. That's not where Meta is making $240 billion in ad revenue. That's just shocking to me. Okay. Oh my gosh. Yes, hi Charles. Live verification. Let's bring this down here just in case. Just in case. We don't need anything exposed. All right, let's go over there. Oh, I just opened 2 sessions. Mark, where did you go overseas? You said Iraq, were you in Baghdad? Or the wildness that was the other city? Let's send that out. That's fine. We could work on that bug. Focus is on videos, which I'm probably gonna do off stream because that's just time in the background for me to think about the process. And what do you think of this? Might be a good run to use Claude Review Skill to scan for security. Yeah, there was 2 things that I really wanted to do. One was clean up the code, clean up dead code. That's been sitting in my to-do list for a while. My to-do list is, here we go. Yeah, this is like the to-do list. OBS overlays, we need a mobile pass. This is done, we don't need that. So that can be deleted. And then SEO on Botenston, that can be deleted. Botenston Hero, that can be deleted. Obviously, what new skills, that can be deleted because I already did a bunch. Mobile pass, I already have that, so that can be deleted. Here we go, dead code. So this, oh, I can't, oh, come on now. What, are you gonna die on me? All right, whatever. I wanted a dead code skill. That was, all right, what is this saying? Oh, it stopped? Continue. All right, so we'll get your tokens. We'll get your, let's go. Okay. I assume you're building your project in a, or is it, no, it's local. When you have access to a basketball and you want to become a basketball player, you just go to any court there is. And then you understand all of the new cracks in the side in the basketball and the hoop is a little janky. That was me trying to figure out Vercel and GitHub. By the way, Vercel is, they're upstairs. They're expanding rapidly. Vercel is exploding. They They're hiring. Like, New York City is becoming a major tech city. Google, Meta, Notion. Literally February, the 5 largest leases in commercial real estate, and we're talking about hundreds of thousands of square feet. We're not talking about mom and pop. We're talking about massive amounts of floors at Class A buildings, whether it's the Financial District, downtown Soho, Midtown, Vanderbilt, Hudson Yards. Hudson Yards is the tall buildings where they're going to put the New York Jets Stadium, and then all the people fought it. So then they were like, it's so funny. So people interrupted a Hudson Yards meeting this week, and they were like, you billionaires, I can't believe it. You're building more buildings and everything else. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, you fought the New York Jets from building a stadium there for when they were trying to have the Olympics. And they chose LA, but it was either New York, LA, blah, 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 and they fought them. And then they won, so there was no stadium. The stadium went to New Jersey, so they built MetLife Stadium, so the New York Jets, the Giants play over there. And then guess what happened? What's his name? Comes in, Mark Barnett comes in and just throws up a platform over Long Island Railroad and put in $20 billion of office and condos and rentals in 2 different projects. And now the 3rd project, which is going to be on the Hudson, which was already planned 10 years ago, 11 years ago, 15 years ago by this point. And they're out there interrupting the meeting. I'm like, do you have critical thinking skills at this point? Do you truly think before you just act? You fought the Jets. You could have had a stadium. You know, now they are thinking about putting in a casino. These people are think, please think. It's like, if we had a stadium, it would be so much easier for me to go to games. We wouldn't have these massive buildings called Hudson Yards. You'd be happy. You would have forgot about it because the Jets are playing there. Maybe it's a little inconvenient traffic every once in a while. Maybe the Super Bowl could have been there. Maybe the World Cup, when it's in the United States, is going to be there, which it's going to be in MetLife in New Jersey instead of New York City. And think of events, entertainment, rather than like, oh my gosh. I actually took a picture. My buddy worked. He was the one of the head guys on one of the buildings, and we went up while it was under construction, and we went to the top where they have a platform. Someone called it a crazy name though. Don't worry. All right. Chase is in his home directory. Don't worry. I know people in IT for over a decade and 0 GitHub. Dang. Bro probably committed or something that shouldn't have, but who knows? No, I was just ringing up so much in action. Was it action credits or something? And like the commits were not talking to each other. I just didn't know how to use it. That's what it's not Git, it's me, okay? Some people might be like, oh, GitHub is a crap. No, it's just, what are we talking about? You just don't know what you're doing. That's what it comes down to. Okay. That was from a user. Yeah, this guy, I'm showing an apartment, and this is the building I'm talking about, just to give you a little context. I'm building that okay, so it's Hudson Yards right here. It was the vessel where people were taking their own lives, and just very, very sad stories, to be honest. It was very sad, very sad. People were doing it in front of their family, like, it's like, so then, and then they put in supposedly something. There's a huge conspiracy around that, by the way. Huge conspiracy around that. So there's an area you can actually walk out on, and it's called the Edge. Where is it? So this is hotel, this is office, this is where Gary Vaynerchuk is, this is office. On the other side of that, there's something called, so I was up during this phase. I was up there walking around. It's wild. The footprint on a concrete building when nothing is there, you just look out to New York City, 40 stories in the air, and you're like, wow. This is crazy. People actually do this for a living. I'm sitting, thank you. I'm sitting in one of those office buildings. All right, let's go. Hey! Is it like that Jeffrey Gitmore, GitHub? Yeah, GitHub. That's what these, bro probably committed. What is your time? What is your time? Are you on Central or West Coast time? Because you always come in like at the last minute. Especially the last time I had a crash out and you're like, what is going on? This guy's just going crazy. All right, I can't put my own bugs. Incompleted. I get it if you can't do it to other people's bugs, but you should be able to switch around your own in your. No, because then you're gonna be able to take completed and bring it to working on or active. So we'll say that's completed. Same playback bug. I know, Muhammad. I know, Muhammad. Muhammad Ali. What is it? The Rumble in the Jungle? Dude, that guy he was good at boxing. You look at those clips, that guy was literally a butterfly. Professional boxers could not punch him, and his hands were down. He wasn't even blocking. Cursor position is wrong when you mention someone. Yeah, buddy. That's, copy the Claude. You should have the buttons there too. That was weird. That's weird. Let's see if that actually copied. All right, let's go over here, add sharing. Yep, so we did that. Let's clear. And that is gonna be sent. Brah, send it. Yeah, that's actually where the West Side Highway is. So if you wanna go up to the Palisades, where you bike up 9W, which is on the other side of the Hudson. So this is the whole, so you bike up this whole area, then you get to the GWB, George Washington Bridge, and now you're on the other side of the Hudson, and then it starts to get really, really rural, right around here. Once you go back into New York and the Palisades, it's just like, wow, this is a weird place. Like, this is all just wide open land. Like, people live there, of course, but this is where people really live. Like, on the right side of the Hudson. Well, it gets very janky once you get on the other side of the Hudson. All right, sort and comment section is not working. Okay, that's another good one. Muhammad coming in with a blast radius right now. Did I send that? Okay, what was the name of this skill? Marketplace install path is broken right now. Huh. Okay. Installed. What do they call that? Code simplifier, and what was the other one? Engineer. I gotta write that down somewhere. I'll remember it. Notes for testing. This was the, all right, Mark. All right, let me actually see if it's in the members area. Let's refresh down here. Let's see if 24 active members. We have emails pending. We have 8. Wow. Okay. Waiting for email click. Mark, tell me if you can go in. Yeah, these other ones are, is that a real person, May 8th? That might be a real person, actually. That might be a real person. These other ones are just absolute nonsense. All right, let's go over here. And if anything, then we will do that at another time. So the cursor's in the wrong. So the admin area finally works. I didn't pay any attention to it because I was like, all right, everyone's gonna be cool. We could all have fun together. And then it was just like, nah, we're gonna end the fun. We are gonna not make America fun again. No Brokey badge is shown. There's no way to see how to get some badges. You are the streak leader. Where is that? Oh, that's on the pop-up modal. All right, let's copy the code. That's a minor fella, so that's probably 7 bugs. Okay, bonus finding. All right, perfect. So that's all done. Let's send this out. Fix the streak badge. Did I already do that? I might have already done that, actually. Did you send that in twice? Tracks badges. And tracks badges. Okay, stop. We already did this. That's interesting. Did you put that in twice? Charles, before you ask a question, why don't you look at the chat first? All right, let's clear you too. Over here, clear. Why are you jumping to the other one? That's weird. Hello? No. Get away. Down. Down, boy! All right. Name change. Yeah, we could do that. And we'll do completed. We'll send that out. Yeah, we're only doing the big boys right now. These are small guys. We can just get a couple small wins, but how does the view count still broken? It's still broken. That's so weird. Is Jason there? Cursor position the wrong. Yeah, I already did that. Let's go to completed. Avatar missing when replying. I did see that before. Thank you for noticing that. Let's send that out there. All right. This bottom left one is a unified posting system. I'm gonna want to check that out. And then code simplifier. Hopefully there's not 4,000 people on confession line so I can actually go today. And hopefully the Long Island Railroad does not go on strike, so then that affects 250,000 people. That's the only thing about New York City. If they want to do anything, they're like, let's do it to New York City. It's like, why do we have to be? Come on. Why us? Well, there's a lot of you sitting in one little glass ball, one little tiny island. Do you know it's only at the widest length of Manhattan is only a mile? The widest length. It's probably like 42nd Street, right where I am. The shortest, it's like you're at the bottom of Manhattan. And I think it's only 7 miles tip to tip, top to bottom, I think. I could be getting that wrong. But the widest it is, you could walk the whole island. West side to the east side. It's actually kind of fun. You should do that if you ever visit New York City because you can see how it changes from the west side to the east side. It's radically different. The neighborhoods are radically different. It seems like one just big, tall building and everyone just built on top of each other, but post-comp is repeated. Yikes. Let's copy that. Thank you for that, Mohammed. Thank you for your... All right, let's put that. That is fixing the cursor position, so we'll have that next. We'll go into bugs. They won't send alone. I thought you sent me a GIF. Oh, without words? Okay, we'll do that. We'll do completed for that. All right. So the big things that we're going to be working on, I think the posting system is at a stable place, but the videos, and then I also added in that when I'm done live streaming at 10 p.m. tonight, it's going to go in, it's going to take this transcript, it's going to create an AEO friendly post. So my website starts getting crawled. I did block all crawlers because I just needed to get to a baseline. And then I opened it up to crawlers, so we'll get the little tentacles. You know who was hitting me hard was, what website? I was shocked by it. It wasn't Google, it wasn't a search engine, and it wasn't an AI. Who was it? I wish I could remember, because I was like, who's hitting me the most? And it goes through people, but I'm like, no, what companies, what websites? And what was it? I forgot what it was. It was shocking. I was like, they're crawling at that speed and that often? That's wild. All right. View count and spaces. Oh, view count and spaces. Got it. Okay. I just replied to a post in a space and liked. and reloaded the page. Okay, so that's a bigger issue because now that means it's not unified. Mention people doesn't work. To be honest, when you add someone, it should send them a notification like a DM. Also, Charles, should it send them a DM or a notification? Also, Charles read the replies in post. We clearly want videos. Dude, I'm not Google. I'm not Google. You know? What videos are you gonna be uploading? You can upload videos up to, I think, 5 megs, and photos up to something KB. I forgot what it was. That is true. They should get a notification. Not a DM, but a notification. All right, so we'll put that over here, and we'll say that, to be honest, when you add someone, it should send them a notification. We'll delete that. All right. Okay. That's a good one. You can't reply to messages. Where is that? What? Yes. Well, still do it when you can. That's weird. I just replied to someone today, and then they replied back. That's weird. And yes, why is this a thing? Mobile is trash. So we'll keep that there. And then shop we'll be working on another time. You count in spaces. So that's a bigger thing. Doesn't work for pictures. What do you mean by that? When someone sends you a picture and you like it, maybe you want to copy the picture, but no, it doesn't let you copy pictures, only the text with the picture. Oh, that's interesting. Is that security? Security issue? I don't know. All right, let's see what's going on. Maybe refresh the email. Nope, I did not enter. Ever play Buck Hunter? Oh, that's funny. I'm here to hold your hand. Listen, that's the fun of coding, bro. Something's gonna break. Something's gonna break. And then you gotta go in and you gotta fix it. It's like, the best analogy, I was thinking about it today, Bridgemind said it perfectly. I was listening to him and people were getting fired up in the chat. And he's like, you're 150 days into or 180 days into the vibe coding and you still have bugs and everything else. And he's like, if I don't have bugs, that means I'm not actually progressing. That's the best way to say it is, I have to be sore while running unless I am running the same pace, the same distance at the same time. Every single day. I'm running a mile, it's 8 minutes, and then that's it. You're not sore. It's the same thing when you are reading a book. When I first read, dude, I was looking up words, I was looking up grammar, I was looking up all this stuff because I never read a book before. Literally, my first book was at 22. Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway, and then How to Win Friends and Influence People. And I was like, you're telling me if I say someone's name, they will more likely like me if I say their name? That blew my mind. I was fifth year senior, taking just absolute loser, dating a girl that was totally out of my league on the dance team. Totally out of my league. Everyone liked her. She didn't date anyone. I was like, why does this girl like me? And I don't know, it's because your boys, no, I didn't understand. I didn't understand game at the time. I didn't understand women at the time. Now they are understood. All right, let's do those small fixes. And then this is, okay. Let me read it out loud for you, CF. Except I get no email. You said Mark Miller a lot, except I get no email. All right, I wonder if I can add in resend email. Yeah, let me do that. I'll put this into, actually no, I gotta include the URL. Let's go into the URL. Let's open a new session. Hello, open a new session, please. Hello, no, you don't want to open a new session? Okay, oh, I'm opening up here. Let's bring you down here. Sensitive. Admin area. Yeah, when I first started swimming, dude, I didn't even know muscles existed that I was getting sore. I was like, what is this muscle called? It was like on my rib cage. I was like, all right, something's got to give here. And my coach is like, that's what's happening. You've never swim. Like, I know how to swim at a beach. I know how to boogie board, but I don't know how to like do like consecutive laps. I didn't know how to do a turn. I got nose up in my head into my brain practically. If you don't blow bubbles out of your nose while you're doing a flip in a pool, oh man, it hurts. It like the force of gravity shoves the water up into your head because you're going so fast, you spin so fast. It's like, it's worse than regular nose in your, or regular water in your nose. It was, I like got up and I was like, oh, whoa. And the guy next to me was like, you didn't blow water out of your nose. I'm like, no, I didn't. He goes, that's number one. I was like, yeah, clearly I freaking learned that lesson the hard way. All right. Hold my hand. All right, so the comment section should be sortable. All right, so it says, thanks for the heads up. I take the security reports seriously. Thank you. The CF tokens on every state changing request is needed because of global for middleware. It validates. Okay. On the session, want me to, none of these carry out. If you saw a cookie, I haven't listed that. Look like a session token. Please send the cookie name and I'll investigate. Appreciate you reporting, even when it. All right. Just send me a prompt because that was not up to my standards, that answer. Claude. All right, let's bring you down. Let's do, when there are members who have been past the security gate and receive a way to sign up, have a button on the same row as that user where it says resend email. In other words, that's the email for activating their account, and create a new token link and then delete the old one. And it's the same email template as what goes out to them in the first place. Because I wonder if the users are saying that emails are not being delivered on activation, even though they are even though it says emails have been sent out. All right, let's go. Mark Miller, all caps. All caps. Mark Miller coming in, all caps. No email, I had to use a first name space, last name for the name, otherwise I couldn't sign up. I would say I was just signing up. What's your user on the site? Hold on, I had to use first name space, last name for the name, otherwise I couldn't sign up. Okay, it would say I was signing up, but wouldn't send the email. Well, that's interesting.
Well, that's interesting. Well, that's interesting, fellas.
Fellas, that's very interesting. Let's say this. Don't pivot, but this was an interesting comment from the user that was trying to sign up. We need to have an end-to-end testing and use my email that is connected to hold on. Sensitive data. Had to go on mute. I forgot the internet's forever. Well, I know that because I sent the girl a video and then she posted and got 41,000 views. That's weird, dude. You hold onto a video to send to a comedic podcast and then you post that video to your own personal YouTube channel to get ad revenue, maybe? I don't know. I have a lot of stuff on a lot of people, and I'm never gonna say anything because I am not the judge at the end. That's the best way to say it. If they did something illegal, that's a little bit different. There's a lot of stuff in New York City that I've seen, and I'm like, ooh, I don't know if that's good. That's not good. You can't reply to messages. I don't know how that's possible. But we'll say it's completed because, are you on I think you're on a PC, right? Aren't you on Windows? Send that out. All right, now we're humming on bugs. The tokens for the chase is okay. Hold his hand. View count, yeah, we'll do that, we'll do that. Copy doesn't work. I think that might be security. Buttons on bug report have no meaning. In the bug reports on the bug, there are multiple bugs. However, the link button UI goes over some stuff, but on certain bug, the UI merges. I'm not supposed to overlay. Oh, okay, does nothing. It takes you to a bug report. It's just like passing the bug, nothing extra. Dude, I have 7 chats going right now. My usage must be at near 0. Let's see what it is. What? Dude. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Dude, are you kidding me? I have 2 that are going down here off stream. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 that are going, so that's 6. I'll just say this, okay? We have a lot going on in the AI world that is causing this to happen right now. Sam and Elon are going at it. AI is asking for more money. 125 bill was not enough. 125 was not enough. $125 billion was not enough. What is your run rate right now? What is your run rate? Because obviously you're doing business wrong. The investors are going to want a return. And then you have Anthropic doing a deal with Elon on servers. And Anthropic goes, oh, OpenAI is in court. Let's take advantage of this moment. Take advantage of this. Oh, Sam Altman's time is being distracted by Elon, and Elon has servers. Let's do a little chess pieces right now. Still a little chess pieces. Oh man, 32%. Do you understand? I would well be past 100% 2 weeks ago. Wow. So now that means I'm gonna be going even crazier. Let's close out that. Okay, so we're gonna be working on the SEO, the AEO of the videos. Is that the same one? No, that's the pivot. That's the video. That's the pivot. Let's close that down. The bugs. Let's leave that open. Let's close that down. Let's close that down. Okay. Okay. We can breathe. All right. Not committed yet. Thanks for flagging this. I dug into the enforced cloning. I understand. However, your report did surface a misleading piece of code. I removed it and replaced it with a server-side authentication. Proper protected session includes session hacking, cookie theft. Yeah, listen. We are essentially trying to close the door to members. We're at 24. I don't know if they're active. I have no idea. I do actually know. I have it in the admin area. I know when they last logged in. And it's like, you know, our boy from Queens logged in for like 2 or 3 straight days and then he just bounced. But he signed up and it's like, do we keep that guy? You know, like he's not really active. Do we do 25 active? Do we do 25 signups and then 5 are like, you know, let the 1% accumulation, the Darren Hardy effect occur. Okay, Darren Hardy. I forgot what I called him before, but his name is Darren Hardy. And his book is excellent. Excellent. Let's see. Check DMs. I told you about see protection. Perhaps session isn't used, but I would have to check it. I didn't run a full security sweep on your site, just very high level. Yeah, no, I thoroughly enjoy the sweeps because it just exposes. Uh-oh, someone's restarting. Who's What in the hell did I just press? What did I just press? Are these new? Tell me these are new windows. Okay. There's a glare on my screen because of what's behind me, even though it's a crappy day. It is absolutely, I don't know, are those real clouds or are they spraying us? Dude, I'm running out and I just see like just lines, and I'm like, nobody cares anymore. Oh, and there was actually one day, there was one day it snowed this year. It was a really, really bad. It was probably 3.5 feet, 4 feet. It was a lot. It was weird. The snow was weird. I gotta be honest, the snow was weird. It was leaving weird stuff on the car at my mom's house. I was like, this isn't normal. And then I was at the, we were getting her car washed, and she goes, I was talking to someone there, and I was like, are you here because you had like this weird, she's like, yeah, I don't know, the snow was weird this year. I was like, yeah, I know. All right, we gotta restart the server. Go over here. Who is trying to commit right now? Okay, these guys are both done down there. What did it say? All right, Mark, let's try and get you. Oh my gosh, come on now. Get the server back up. Do I have to tell you to do that? Okay, so that's the DMs. That is the cursor in the wrong position. This is the fixing the avatar when you are, I actually saw the avatar. Okay, so now it's get it back up so we could get Mark his stuff. Huh. Stage later, looking at my earlier. Okay, stage, then I ran. Okay. All right. I love how it takes ownership. Okay. Back up. All right. Let's see if it did it. Mark Miller. Oh, that's terrible. I can't put this thing. I said it on the video yesterday. The design of Claude adds in so many unnecessary rows when it's creating anything. A page, a modal, a fly-in screen. It's just like everything gets its own row. It's like, no, put everything on the same row. Because then it condenses and then everything's like, all right. Mark, I'm gonna test the resend the email. It's verifying my security. Wow. Okay. It just logged me out. Wow. All right. That's not the first time it's happened, but it makes sense. I gotta log back in. Hold, please. Todd Security, 48 unresolved findings. Oh yeah, by the way, do you like Clippy? I've never heard of Clippy. I know it's not Glyph or Imgur or whatever they are. It gave me a bunch of them and it was like, they cost money. They're just as good. They're not heavy on the storage. So perhaps session isn't used. Yeah, maybe a few months or something. You might as well blast out everything possible to Claude since your percentage. I know, for real. For real. I'm just gonna go ham on this thing. Wow. You're right. You're right. You have to do an end-to-end test because the email is still not going. It was trying to have me log in and it's not even coming to me. Deep, deep research on what is causing this simple execution of getting an email to a user that is already a user to have them re-sign in, and people who are actually members or who want to become members get a sign-up link that passes through the security to their inbox. All right, let's see if I'm logged in up here. Okay, good. Yeah, that's, got it. That is literally probably since Wednesday when I put up all that crap. All right, let's send that out. This needs to stay. Okay, I already have that. All right, so that skill is in. The skill was also engineer. So we'll probably do a couple of those sessions as well, the engineer. But we gotta look into this video. All right, we gotta look into this video. Whoops, because it refreshes and it shows 0. Okay, I caught it. And it's only probably for this video, but that's part of the whole process of me creating a pivot every single day. What we were trying to do was fix the end-to-end execution that is within the pivot. It's when I record the video at this URL. All right, so back to videos, open in a new window over here. It's right here. This is what triggers it. Copy clean link, come down here. Let's go here. When I record a video, after I stop it, that triggers the process of encoding the video. We are working on a process through Open Router Free to ensure that the full video size does not render to users. We are using a simpler way than how YouTube does it. In other words, it brings down the bit rate of audio and video so it's easier to render throughout the website. I don't know where we are at on this, but we need to keep the original video that was filmed. I think it's right around 1 gig, and then wipe out the pivot and the rendered videos within the database. And what we're gonna do is pretend like the original large file video went through the pivot process. Say I just recorded it and it landed. We have to essentially monitor the process end to end to see what happens and where the breakage and the leakage is. Obviously, this is a lot longer than most of my videos, which were about 15 minutes. But I included screenshots because when I refresh, it shows 0. Then it clearly pulls in a video that is 31 minutes. So there's some kind of wiring that's going on, something in the background. So we need to restart from the original video. All right, we might break things, but that's what we're about. We're about breaking stuff. All right, confession has started. Let's go to this. All right. Progress, baby. It's back up. Yeah, 1% better every single day. Listen, you know what progress is? This whole area was not working. Now we are getting the article working. Then when my live stream ends, that article then goes up. You know, listen, what I was building out in the beginning was, I pivoted, no pun intended. You know, I was doing a lot about the triathlon and my triathlon coach, which is through AI. I was going about faith. You know, I have charity, like those are just placeholders. I think I'm just gonna remove these two potentially, and then just say, listen, pivot and vibe coding. And then the community. You know, the community could probably come right over here. That's actually a better idea instead of on the right side. What kind of trash is that? Actually, let's do that right now. Let's do that right now. Let's work on the website. What was that with the scroll button? You see that? See that with the scroll button? Did I just trigger something? Did you just get triggered? Do you need a safe space? Do you need a safe space? Should we create? Should we in spaces create a safe space? And then put members in there? Oh, that's funny. Invisible usernames. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, I don't think YouTube's ever gonna recommend my live streams. It'll go up to like 12, and then I go on a rampage talking about people, or about the skies being sprayed, and then it'll go down to 6. It's like, oh, he's vibe coding. Oh, he's talking about Davos. Let's go down to 6. Or 7 or 8 or whatever. Oh, wow, he's building something really cool. That's amazing. Oh my gosh, the snow is different this winter. Okay, let's get out of here. Oh, that's gonna make it unique too. What do they what is it? What's that 112-page book, Who Moved My Cheese? Written 40, 30 years ago. Who Moved My Cheese? And it's all about top 1,000. You just need 100 paying clients. That's what they said. If you're Tony Robbins, 100 is not enough. You need way more than that. All right. So you got something in the profile, huh? I used to like beards, and now it just gets itchy as you get, you know. It's just I used to only have, this was like my minimum length. During COVID, you could see it. I had a full on. Hold on, what'd you say? On my profile, I made usernames color white, then highlighted it, and it appears as black. Just saying, easy way to. Interesting. Yeah, what's his name? The fella who's usually in here, he had to. Yeah, what does 6'7" mean, by the way? I don't know what that means. My niece said that. Can someone explain that? Is that like punch buggy? Where you have a jinx and then you punch someone in the arm? Yeah, let's copy that to code. We'll say that's completed because that's an easy one. Fix the avatar. We could put you right in here. Slide you right in here. Is this good enough? Is this seat next to the ocean? Is this good enough? Is this good enough? What is that? 6'7" means, doesn't mean anything. It was just a meme for people between like 5 and 14. Yeah, well, those are my nieces. Granted, I can't believe how much they've grown up. We got kids going to college. That means Charles has to get married. If you're going to your cousin's wedding and now those kids are now going to college, you gotta think about, you know, getting a little boat instance, continuing the bloodline. I die, it's over. It's over. Boatenston just lives online. Just crashing out. I thought there was something to that. Yeah. I also was in Penn Station, and I got some notifications. I was in Penn Station, let's see. Make sure that. And there was a kid, let's see if I could play it, unless I deleted the video. I think I deleted the video. There was a kid, yeah, I deleted the video. There was a kid that was doing a really suspect dance to a video that was just like propped up against the wall on the ground. And he was doing this publicly. It was like, and you like heard music, and I was like, where are we at in society right now? Like, dude, to have that much confidence in tracks as emerald color, that much confidence to be doing that, it was like, brah. That guy needs to go to a bar and anyway, we'll stop it there. We'll stop it there before Charles's brain really starts going to
In terms of services, you started talking about the spraying of the. That's the serious. We don't do any of that. All elections are completely safe and secure.
All right. It still loads slow though. That's weird.
So
I don't like that.
days into vibe coding, I've noticed there are
Tell
ways
us!
to actually vibe code, and there's ways.
Who is this guy? So it should be wiping out this article.
Edited short form under 15 minutes or.
Actually, I should give it the URL. Dude, this glare, even though it's overcast, is just... do it for just this video because it's 31 minutes long. If this thing can get up and running, I'm telling you boys, we got to get the content out there. We got to start doing some lives. You know what I had a thinking today? I'll talk to Mark. Mark's in his scissor forklift. Can we think of a better name than scissor? Anyway, I was thinking about it. I'm like, anytime someone is like the early adopter into something before it goes like this, you know, like the OGs, like Mark's sitting there. He's like, I remember I was listening to you May 15th at 12:20 p.m. in my forklift. I remember that. And now you got all these new guys. You got all these new guys coming in pretending like they're part of the old club. You know, it was like the Astros were saying, who's the Rockefellers? Who are these Rockefellers? Who are these JP Morgan guys? The Livingstones are sitting there like, nah, we've been around since the Revolution. We established Manhasset. We established Massachusetts. We established Mary's Land, also known as Maryland. Do you know what separation of church and state actually means, by the way? It doesn't mean atheist and Christians or religions. It just means that if you're a Quaker and there's a Baptist state, you can still practice because the Protestants hated each other. They all just hated each other. It was like the New Yorkers were all XYZ, and then they're like, yeah, but I'm actually a Presbyterian. Oh, okay. I'm an Anglican. Oh, okay. I'm a Calvinist. Oh, okay. So they can all go and they're all still Christian. Well, Calvinist, that's a little suspect. But that's why Catholics had to go down to Maryland, because they were hated by everybody. And that was before the Irish. So that was like really the Germans, and then they had to move out to Ohio. The Germans, the French, the Spaniards, really not the Portuguese. No, it was probably like mostly Germans, because the Irish and the Italians, they came in the 1900s, and they were treated as trash. Oh boy, that was fun times, huh? All right. Here we go. You guys are lively in the chat. 1220, probably gonna pop out soon. Research the unified posting system, we'll leave that. The color, because Trax doesn't love his rainbow. Fix profile display bug. Okay, so that's a big one right there. And now it is hopefully firing local bitrate down encoder code. Verify the original raw link. Okay. We got add open router doesn't transcribe the video. That's a misconception. Yeah, I know, it goes through WhisperFlow. Come on now. The transcription goes through WhisperFlow. Or Whisper. Whatever's free. I don't know. Whatever's open source. There we go. Da Jenga. Yeah, wait. Keep refreshing your email. All right, let's go. I'm sorry, Mark. Add resend webhook ingest. It should be, look at the, okay, let me see if it's in my spam. That would not be good. Oh, here it is, 13. I got 13. 12, 11. Okay, so it did come through. It took a little bit of time. Link expired, of course. Of course. You silly goose. Oh, here's a newer one. Let's try this. All right, I'm back in. All right. I was trying to resend. Let's go to admin. Let's go to members. Let's go to email pending. Let's go to Mark Miller. Let's resend. Let's send that email to ilovefeetpics@gmail. Wow, Mark, you should probably change that email. That's funny, a tea party? I would love to throw a tea party. By the way, they did a reenactment of the when the British shot at the Boston Massacre. It was crazy. I think it was an AI video, but it was so realistic. It was amazing. I was like, I don't think I could survive during that time. It was just like everyone was dying, everyone shooting each other. It was just war. And then it was like, okay, you beat the British, then the French come in, and then you have the War of 1812. And then they're coming down from Canada because Canada stinks. More bugs just for you. Real tracks coming in. Then they came down through, then they started working with the Native Americans. Then the Native Americans, it was the French, the English, and the Native Americans were all just attacking us from the French occupied Louisiana Purchase or Louisiana Territory. And they were like, you know what, we're gonna come in from the west instead of the east. Like, instead of the Atlantic, they came in from, because we only had like little outposts over there. There was nothing. It was chaos. It was chaos at that time. All right. Did we really this happened yesterday. This happened yesterday. I promise you, some chats just start failing on you. And I was doing a huge build. I was in the middle of I was in the middle of this. Where is it? Of this. Building vibe coding out, where it pulls in the video. It's AEO friendly. It's exactly like the pivot where they can come in, they have, TLDR, what's in the article, takeaways. It's using the whole transcription, which is 3 hours from yesterday. And then, putting in citations, you can share it, you can go to the next one, things like that. And then the chat just started going stupid. Like right here. Actually, I didn't press continue, did I? All right, my bad. You know what Peter Diamandis said? He says please and thank you to his Tesla. I'm just saying. They're like, it could get consciousness. I'm like, stop. You're too smart to be saying that. It could get sentient. It could be. Because they're quoting a paper that came out in Nature, which is the most prestigious journal in the world. And you're like, you just came from talking about physics and what dark matter is. And then you say something as dumb as AI can become conscious. That breaks the laws of physics. And the way they were saying it was like, well, evolution, which I don't believe in. Evolution gave rise to humans, and then humans are giving rise to AI, so they should have consciousness, and I'm like, okay, is this what they're talking about out loud in Davos? Is this what the huge, massive lands in France, the 10,000 acre estates behind brick walls with military grade security is talking about? Consciousness is impossible. Like they filmed a baby getting a soul. It was like a flash of light. I don't know how they found it, to be honest. Oh, now you're humming. All right. You know what's good about Claude? Is I got the email. All right. Yeah, even my pea brain during COVID was researching everything about physics that I can, but that my little pea brain can put together. the double slit experiment, Schrodinger's experiment, the wave function collapsing, the spooky action at a distance, all of that, and just going deeper and deeper into it, and how the observer is the most important part of an experiment when you're doing that. AI cannot get there because they were not created by a creator. They were created by humans. It hurts when I hear that, because that would be a lie, and I don't like being lied to. I don't like being lied to. All right, what'd you do over here? Okay, so now the messages should be functioning perfectly when you share it. Let's go over here. Let's go over there.
This guy's talking about the double slit experiment on a video about vibe coding. I'm out of here. This guy's just...
Okay, good. Delete it. Now the real problem is if they deleted this. We don't do witchcraft, which is fingers crossed. We don't do that, but we just say a silent prayer. Okay, good. Good. Now we're humming, people. So what I wanted it to do was restart the entire process from the original video. This is the original video. So after I'm done, I'm brought to this page. Okay, this is what you're watching when I film the pivot. When I film the pivot, that's what happens when you talk for okay, I really have to go because I need to go and see this priest. Yes, Father, it has been a week. At least it hasn't been 6 days. Well, it was 6 days. It was actually 5 days. Well, this is a real issue now. You gotta come to me, Dally, and sit in the first pew. You gotta go to 12 masses a day. You gotta say 73 Hail Marys. No, I click this. If I click it right now, this camera's gonna shut off. So I'm not gonna click it. I click it, I talk into my Mac Pro right here. I hobgobble. Yesterday was a complete, I had to go home. Transportation, there's fire in the track, so I couldn't even get home. They shut down everything. No one could get anywhere. It was chaos. So all this crap is going in my brain. And I'm like, all right, just make a video. And I was trying to do the rendering, so I didn't even think it was gonna work. So I had to record it also with OBS. And I was like, I don't even know what I'm gonna talk about. So I was like, all right, I'll talk about vibe coding. And then I just went on a rampage. My brain just shuts off, and I don't even know what I said in this, to be honest. Apparently, I said words. That's what happened. I said words. I think I actually brought up the guy that took my music. Well, he made $27,000. I don't know how you can make $27,000 in 22 days. That's more than $1,000 a day. That breaks the law of 1% better. So I don't know if you started at $27,000 and then you started a vibe code, but I want to hear the backstory, because there's got to be a backstory. You can't start and then how'd you get $27,000 in 22 days?
As the kids would say on the internet, that's a little,
Got to pick up my,
that's a little suspect. That's a little sus.
but it's not my music. I don't really care. But he did take the push-up counter from our bridge. He's just literally put it into a hybrid, and now he is Tesla. Anyway, so I press that, I rant about whatever I rant about. I then land on this page, and then in the background, buttons will start appearing. Once it transcribes, it should be going through Whisper Flow. That is this chat right here. This is the most, okay, so now we're watching it live. The job queued, watching it now. Boys and girls, this is the most important chat of the day. This is the most important chat of the day. We'll put it on the big screen. We'll put it on the big screen. Job is running, transcribing, watching the whisper, encoder, pivot stages, okay. This is all by Open Router. Waiting for the transcript to land. It was like 20, I don't know if that was a lie, but it was like, okay, so now we have an ID. We have a universal ID. This is good. This was all yesterday. Oh, pipeline kicked off. There we go. It's like a first down in the Super Bowl right there. That was like 3rd and long. 3rd and 12, Brady drops back. Oh my gosh, what a catch, are you kidding me? Oh, they're still down by 20. Atlanta's sitting there like, they're never gonna come back. Tom Brady's like, that was like Wednesday. I was like, oh, this guy wants to try and get after me. I've seen this before. Okay. The leakage is because it wasn't ready for a 30-minute rant by a monster head. The screenshot weirdness is most likely the Elite Video player mounting before the MP. That's exactly what we were trying to do yesterday. So instead of the bigger MP4, it's the smaller MP4 after it goes through the encoding. Man, I gotta get better posture. My mom was here, she would beat me. She used to come by and be like, nope, head. She'd do that during dinner. Okay. Progress. Boys, we like to see progress. Whisper. Dude, I thought this was a lie yesterday. When I saw that, I spoke 28,000 characters. I spoke 28,000 characters. Oh, boy. Lift the shadow ban. Got to get in the ground floor. It's the scene from what does that mean? How dare Charles? He is delaying our amazing bugs. It's a bad gateway error. Oh, is our Charles going to do bugs? Said to verify the account. Says I'm verified, but it doesn't seem like it's working because when I go to log in, it says, seems like you are new and wants me to sign up again. Huh. AI demon, baby. At last, do the high-rated bugs. What, on screen? Yeah, I like to see progress. Where are the high-rated bugs? So if I refresh this, there should be buttons that appear. There it is. Buttons appeared. Now I can one-click the thumbnail. I can one-click that, one-click that. That goes up to, that should be going to X. Actually, I shouldn't have done that. Let's stop it. Just let the process go, Charles. Just let the process go. Okay, 12:36, yeah, I gotta get out of here. And I got, oh my gosh, bro. Dude, tracks, you just went banana hammocks. You just went crazy. Wow. There we go. All right, I should be able to sort these. I think I'm gonna put in a sorting mechanism in active bugs. In other words, like, do now, do later. Why anyone turn off point streaks, badges? That's just stupid. Gamification, turn off. I think that's just tracking. People just don't want to be a part of it. Yeah. Where was that? Tell me where that was. I would assume that would be the only reason. On dark mode, you can't see anything at all anywhere. Yeah, that's a pretty big one right there. What, on this? Where's dark mode? It's a crappy dark mode, I'll give you that. But where's that dark mode? Oh, it's on the feed? All right, let's go to the feed. Chuck! How can I post videos? What is up with everybody saying posted videos? What's the obsession with videos? All right, put this in the bugs area. Dark mode. I'll read through that. So this doesn't work for you? Granted, it's not the best dark mode because I haven't used it on dark mode, but that should be working for you. Let's see what he says. What are the replies? We can't. Charles isn't going to let us. He doesn't want MKV files or MP4 files. I thought, but why it's the same as images? Are you talking crap in the... Dude, this is why we do the community right here. This is why we do the community. Oh boy. Look at those 2 front teeth, bro. Oh, this is why we do the community. I will buy extra storage just for memes. It's all from Clippy, because everything else I had to pay for. It was too high storage. There was like weird things I had to sign. I don't know, it's like really weird. So I was like, all right, let's do Clippy. Wired it up, did it yesterday, and then last night we put it in. And I said, last night, I don't know what time this was, 9 o'clock. I was like, to the firmament. We got a new feature. What was her name? I forgot her name. I'll read through the comments. Safety issue. But Claude is dumb and terrible. He just has to tell Claude, don't make mistakes. Okay. I see you, Aaron. I don't know who these people, I don't know who you are in the chat. Have you seen that movie? What is it called? Wonderful Life? It's a Wonderful Life? No, I've heard of it though. It's a Wonderful Life. Let's see who's in that. What year did that come out? 80s, 90s? 46! Yeah, this was the last time that Hollywood, you should learn about 1900 to 19, it's probably right around here. So Hollywood was putting out disgusting stuff in Philadelphia and in New York, just like nude shows, just really paganistic stuff. You know, it was disgusting. The movies, it was just brutal. So the Catholic Church said, we're just not gonna go to church, or we're not gonna go to the movies. So then Hollywood was like, oh crap. The Protestants didn't care, the Catholics cared. So then there's the Bishop of Philadelphia was put out an order, nobody goes to the Hollywoods. Then Hollywood said, okay, we can't make money. So then they said, okay, we'll make movies, but you gotta give us guidelines. So then the Catholic Church, the bishops gave them a guideline on you can't use profane, you can't profanity, you can't use nudity, women and men have to be, you know, dressed appropriately, there's gotta be, you know, good storyline, things like that. And Hollywood was like, okay, we'll put that out. And then over time, so there was like a decade from 1940 to 1950 was like, they call it, I forgot what they call it, like the golden renaissance of movie making. And they put out these amazing movies. And then the Catholic Church started to lose any resemblance of what it was. And it just started going down after Vatican II. And it's just completely infiltrated, just like everything else. But and then the Protestants, you know, obviously they're a far cry from what Protestantism was in the early 1900s. So they're lost cause as well. And Hollywood just started increasing the profanity and the nudity and the storylines and now we are. It's like, how did it happen? It wasn't overnight. It was 75 years in the making. Exactly, 76 years in the making. That's why we have just a complete distortion of truth. That's what demons do. They kill, steal, and destroy. Anyway, I'm gonna pop out. It was a wonderful week. This guy's still going. It should be putting up a article. It's probably not gonna be right there. Let's go right here. Okay, so I'll look at that. I'll look at the bugs. It's gonna be a weekend without your boy. Uh-oh. This was created. And it still does that weird blip. Is it the same AI? Is it the same URL, I should say? I wonder. Okay, let's see if it actually renders.
So 27 days into vibe coding, I've noticed that.
So it renders. I want to see the size of it though, because it did load well. Okay, so let's see if everything else was loaded as well. Let's refresh. See, it does that weird blip. I wonder if it's because the size of the video. The reason I'm saying this is because I'm going to live stream today on the members area on YouTube. You don't need to join now because there's no content there, and it's a waste of $10 or whatever. I don't even know. I created it weeks ago. I have no idea what the cost is. But I'm going to go live every Friday, and I'm going to do a whiteboard right here. And it's going to be a long way of bringing a lot of macro ideas.
Maybe some of them will, maybe some of them.
Okay, we'll turn that off. I don't want to listen to myself. and then we'll see. I gotta ask this guy. I'm gonna go back and forth. This guy did a good job. You're probably the best. What'd you say? Don't make mistakes. Is that all we need to say? Don't make mistakes. All right, let's close this. Was this the one that I just opened? 5-minute read. Wow, that's a heck of an article right there. Don't make mistakes. Smarticle particle. I didn't even read that. Oh, I can't wait. I remember learning about Prohibition was, it was a fight. It was a fight. World War I and II was when America really, World War I, World War II was the French Revolution to France. France was the powerhouse, the dominant monarch, and England hated them, so they were infiltrating. Then Joan of Arc, and then you have Napoleon. Now my phone's ringing. Potential spam. Dude, I get spam consistently. If you think at history through a religious lens, along with the monarchs, history gets really fascinating, really fast. Really fascinating, very fast. Like what Joan of Arc, look up her story. It is insane. This 13-year-old girl, I think, she was only 13 or 14. She went to either it was a wild circumstance. She's like, I've been told by God to bring France back, because France was completely wrecked by the English. And there was only like one town left before France was completely taken over. And she somehow, through that town and the forces, won and liberated France. And then she, in a sham trial where she wasn't found guilty, I think she was still hung. It was crazy. All right, James Stewart. Yeah. All right, we're done with that. Very fun week. Lots going on. And enjoy your weekend. Go out, touch grass, eat well, fast. Yeah, the French are. The France. They wanted something for helping us out in the Revolutionary War. That's for sure. They hated the English. They probably still do. I don't know. Maybe it's over because they're not warring factions anymore. But yeah. All right, boys and girls, I'm gonna pop out. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your weekend. I will be back here on Monday, and a totally different product will be in front of you. Comments will be there. The videos will be there. It'll be the website will be fast. The website menus will be different. We're not going to have triathlete. We're not going to have charity. We're not going to have faith yet. I got to build that out. I'm going to build out the live or the vibe coding. We're going to build out the pivot. The pivot's going to be a huge portion. I'm going to go live to the members area here on there. Again, don't join yet because I don't have any content. That's a waste. But it's going to be downloaded and uploaded into the members area under Whiteboard Fridays, or I don't know. I'll think of something. That's long form content. That's like before you go into your long walks on the weekend. I could come with you and bring you some intelligence of 1,000 books, 250,000 on personal development, traveling all over the United States, watching hundreds of speeches and just like piecing. Then I started to understand the world, how the world works, not just the business. And then you just go, oh, wow. Okay, let's connect all that into one, and how do we win as people? Instead of, they're at the top, Jensen Huang is going viral for eating noodles on a soup, and then we're all down here fighting each other over politics. It's like, they're up here going to see Xi Jinping, and the market tanks, or the futures go down because the people up at this level, 40,000 feet, are feeding us slop, and they're up here, and they're going over to China, and then everyone knows what happened in China, so then they can bet on the market, so then we lose. I'll give you the last thing. This is the last piece of nugget before I actually really do, because I also got to go to the bathroom. The last piece of nugget right here. Don't build, this is allegedly, this is not investment advice. don't build something that goes after the market. You gotta think long term. People are like, I want to build a trading software which blah, blah. No. Don't, that's a stupid thing to build. That is the dumbest thing to build. You are not gonna beat these MIT, Harvard, Yale graduates who have infinite money and compute. And they are all in the private clubs here in Manhattan. You know, the Yale Club, you know, there's a lot. Knickerbocker Hotel, you know, they're all meeting there. It's the who's who, the mayors, you know, governors, senators. You're not beating them. You're not beating them. Don't build that. That's stupid. You're gonna lose money and it's a waste of time. I won't tell you what I invested in, but Tony Robbins wrote a book about it and it's called Money Master the Game. That's what I did. Not investment advice and allegedly, but that's what I did and it's smarter. Allegedly, my opinion, not investment advice. Oh boy.
Oh, Charles Cybola.
No, he did not. No, he did not. Stop being a silly goose. Oh, there you go. Anyway, he's been saying he has to do this for a half an hour. I wish we could have met Terry Davis, to be honest. Yeah, well, there's a lot of people I wish I met. But all right, I am popping out for real this time. Enjoy your weekend. Go touch grass. Go work out. Go work. Go touch grass. Fast, pray. You know, everything is not on the computer. Not everything is on the computer. Not everything needs to be on the computer.